Mengbai got angry and took a sip of stuffy tea. Sooner or later, he will let you know how important noble blood is when it is necessary. The rest of us took the black team and others to Nancheng, pretended to attack, and did enough momentum. At that time, we would give the Dragon King a big dumpling meal. Cloud dance, by the way. A few nodded in agreement. That's settled. We'll start early tomorrow morning. See, other people have no opinion. Cloud dance will action settled. Then have a good rest tonight. I'll go first. Chi Knight toward Cloud dance make a wink, take the lead to get up to leave. Yunwu frowned slightly. Without waiting for her to say anything, several people left one after another. Only she and Dragon were left in the room. Can't we waste their good intentions just for a moment? Long Qingxia casts a wink at Yunwu. It really can't be wasted. The Cloud dances Phoenix mount to pick, the eye bottom passes a silk to smile. So you yourself slowly lead on Spring Night, I go back to rest first. Yunwu turns to leave, leaving a sigh in the room echoing for a long time. The night was silent, the stars and the moon were dim. Suddenly, a cloud passed through the sky, and the whole night sky suddenly became dark. The noisy night is destined to be another sleepless night. In the quiet room, Yunwu is lying on the bed, listening to a strange noise on the roof. His eyes are burning, passing a touch of cold, and he doesn't sleep in the middle of the night. Do you come to visit? The next second, a silent thing floated down in the roof, all the way down, all the way with white smoke. When she saw that thing, she had already smelled a fragrance. Yunwu was surprised. It was Mixiang. She just accidentally inhaled a lot of it. It's over. After a while, the thing fell to the ground without any sound. Two people in night clothes opened the window and jumped into the room. The two men were tall and had a lot of energy to get in. It's the shape of the dragon people, alive or dead? In the quiet room, a low voice could be heard clearly. It's safer to live or die. Another voice replied. They nodded at the same time and crept to the cloud dance. Chua. The dagger suddenly appeared in the hand of the man who took it. The next second, the man took the dagger and stabbed at the cloud. The man stabbed twice in a row, only to find that there was no blood on the knife, and he felt that the stabbing thing was not right. Suddenly, the man opened the quilt. There was nothing under the quilt except a pillow covered with holes. Where was the figure of cloud dancing? At this time, the candle light in the room ignited instantly. Bang! Out of the psychological effect of being a thief, the moment the candle lights up, the man's hand with the dagger shakes violently, and accidentally the dagger falls to the ground. Yunwu felt her forehead, as if helpless. Did these people come to kill her or make fun of her? Who sent you? Cloud Dance coldly glances at two people, the eye ground is flashing the edge. You don't have to know. Are you going by yourself or are we going with you? The Cloud dances the corner of the mouth to raise a touch of bloodthirsty radiance, sneer away. Depend on you? As soon as her voice fell, she heard the sound of fighting coming from Qi Yi's room next door, followed by Nangong Yi Mingbai, Situlan and others. Almost everyone was in the same trouble as her. Who the hell are they? Yunwu's eyes were frosty. So many people came and knew the people around her like the back of their fingers. They were prepared to deal with them. And the two people in front of her were not so superficial and useless. And worry about others. You'd better worry about yourself. One of them glanced at the Cloud Dance, picked up the dagger on the ground, and the body shape of the Cloud Dance came quickly. The other man followed closely, and the three figures were intertwined in an instant. In the silent night, there was a lot of noise, and the smell of blood began to spread throughout the inn. The strength of those two people is really not bad. Yunwu doesn't want to entangle with them anymore. He sneaks out of the room and joins Qi Yi's, who has already played in the room. With you, I'll be hunted at any time and place. Qi Night color eyes color slightly angry, tone cold to the extreme. At this time, she was only wrapped in a white coat. Her hair was wet, and she didn't even wear shoes. It seemed that she was just bathing. Cloud Dance embarrassed smile. I come, you withdraw first. Qi Night color white her one eye, just leave after Nanganji room. Nanganji, in order to avoid attacks, suddenly appeared outside the room. Happened to bump into some embarrassed Qi Night color at the moment. For eyes opposite, are surprised. Under the white gauze, Nangong Yi's indifferent eyes look up and down. inadvertently looking at Chi Knight, but she is a little shocked by her embarrassed appearance at the moment. Chi Knight color facial expression is cold. Cross South Palace to turn round to return to a room. Keep those two for me. Yunwoo and Nangongyi look at each other and can't help laughing. Then Yunwoo gets involved in the battle again. Nangongyi takes a look at Chi's room in the night. A smile passes through his indifferent eyes, like a spring breeze. The fighting is getting fiercer and fiercer. In the night, the light of fire element appears constantly, and the dragon people are constantly beaten away. Bang! The cloud dances a figure to sweep. A foot put the last black dress person into the pond. At the moment, Nangong Ilong is still fighting. Yunwoo walked to the edge of the pond and glanced at the man in black in the pond. Qinghan said, "Who sent you to kill me?" The man in black looked at the cloud dance, his lips trembled. "Never want to know." Cloud dance nodded, lips stained with a bloodthirsty smile. "Then you never want to come up." Now just in spring, the weather at night is still a little cool, not to mention soaking in the pond water. I saw that the man in the pond has been frozen slightly trembling. When hearing the words of the clouds, the body suddenly stiff. Mean. Just know so you're not going to say it? Cloud dance tiny pick eyebrow. To oneself mean happy admit. I've been with Long Qingxia for a long time. It doesn't matter if I'm shameless or mean. Do dream the man was shivering all over, and he didn't speak anymore. Cloud dance nodded. Look at you so backbone, I also admire let you. The man looked at Yunwoo, waiting for her next words. He thought she would say let him up. Follow your heart and stay in it. Can you stop me? With a roar of anger, the man disappeared in the same place in a flash, followed by the shadow of cloud and mist, which turned into a residual shadow. The man escaped from the right side, and was stopped by the cloud dance. The pond is so big, but there is no place for him to go up. The man who admits his life is not on the run. He stays in the pond honestly. Cloud dances hands ring chest, languid standing on the edge of the pond, also not anxious, as if nothing happened to watch other people fighting. At this time, Chi Yi's has finished wearing. A face of frost-cold indifference came out. All around the dignified intention to kill makes Nangong Yi a little shocked, the interest of retreat. Chi was dressed in red at night. His breath was cold and his figure was quick. As soon as the snake sword came out, every sword was a fatal blow. He made a perfect arc in the night sky. Sure enough, I made the right choice. Yunwoo looks at the people in black who have been killed one after another, and her eyes pass a trace of helplessness. Fortunately, she has left a living in the pond, otherwise it's cruel. Yunwoo felt sorry for the man in black. Smell speech, South Temple corner of mouth funny twitch for a while. Looking at Cloud Dance's eyes strange, is she cruel? Compared with you. It's kind the sound of fighting around has made the lights in the hotel room light up one after another, but no one came out to see what was going on. It's probably because I'm used to seeing so many such things. Cloud Dance in the battle of a few people, found the dragon evil figure, now he has solved 4 people. The 4 people standing beside him, head down a face I was wrong. And Long Qingxia sat on the stool, looking up at several people from time to time, as if asking questions. Yunwoo frowned slightly. What's the matter with this guy? Help me watch him, don't let him run away, and don't let Chi Yi's kill him. Cloud Dance glanced at Chi Yi's, who was just like ghosts and bloodthirsty. He felt that his worry was not unnecessary. Nangongyi nodded slightly. What's the matter? Cloud Dance walks to Long Qingxia's side, sits down and asks along his position. The purpose of the people sent by the Dragon Palace is the ancient light in your hands. The dragon's evil eyes narrowed slightly, and Chaoyun Dance showed a charming smile. Cloud Dance sneers. He has long guessed that the Dragon Palace will not let the ancient light go. Now it seems that it has begun to move. None of these people can go back alive. The voice of Cloud Dancing Satan is cold. If these people go back, the whereabouts of the red fire dragon will be exposed. She can't let the dragon people send people to catch the red fire dragon. At least not before she goes to the dragon people. With her voice falling, blood splashing. Those people in black who were knocked down by various postures all fell to the ground in the same posture, and could not get up again. In the night, the blood is shining with other scarlet, bloodthirsty and ferocious. Yunwu walked to the man in the pond and looked at him with a smile. Give you a chance to live. You'd rather die than surrender. If I don't help you, how bad? What do you want to do? The man was shivering with cold, but now he was afraid of stiffness. He saw a pair of eyes like the devil's scarlet, bloodthirsty, like the abyss of hell. Kill you. The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows pick slightly. It's like eating. Xiaowu, it's cruel of you to do so. Let them go. Situlan looked at the shivering man with sympathy. Cloud Dance Light glanced at him, one eye smile, casually. In the pond, when the man heard the words, he was so happy that he climbed to the bank rigidly. Regardless of the pain, he ran away. Brush. A silvery sword swept through the air and reappeared in scarlet color. The brain looks at the long sword protruding from the abdomen, looks dull and frightened, and the fundus of the eye reveals the disbelief. I just asked her to let you go, but I didn't say that. Behind him, a smile like a spring breeze filled the air and wandered back and forth. Cloud Dance Phoenix eyes tiny. Am I? This is Situlan's nature? Piampian warm, natural and unrestrained under the most ruthless side. The night was quiet again, and the smell of killing faded away. At night, the smell of blood still permeates the inn. When Yunwu gets up again, he finds that the blood corpse in the yard has disappeared. He can't help but wonder that he has been treated clean. When she saw a bone gnawed by a rhubarb dog in the distance, she immediately understood. The top of the desert is the top of the desert. Dead people are like dead dogs. Just deal with them. Knowing that the Dragon King had sent someone to pursue and kill her for the sake of the ancient light, several people accelerated the speed of fighting against the dragon people after discussion, and sent a signal to gather the people of Shacheng early in the morning. In the early morning, the Shacheng, which was originally quiet, became noisy in an instant, and the gate was already full of people. At this time, Yunwu was talking to them. After a night's meditation, they had basically made up their mind whether they could stay or leave. The big guy is willing to follow you and ask nothing else. But now can you tell the big guy what we are going to do? So that the brothers have a bottom in their hearts, and they should do something about it. Outside the gate of the city, there are a lot of people. Everyone is riding a camel. At first glance, it looks like a crusader. Fight against the dragon people. Cloud Dance cold voice. Restless crowd instantly quiet. Crusading against the dragon people? Everyone wondered if they had heard the wrong thing. Yunwu naturally knows what they are thinking in their hearts. The reason why they didn't say what to do yesterday is that they want them to promise first. And then after telling them what to do, those who keep their promise won't leave, and those who don't need her team. Now is the time to witness the results. Can you tell us why we crusade against the dragon people? Asked one of the calm men. The clouds danced, the lips opened, and every word and sentence left an indelible impression in their hearts. Do you think the dragon people are clean now? I don't think it's clean, so I have to crusade to clear the muddy water. As the old saying goes, if you want to join me, if you don't, I won't force you. Cloud Dance calmly swept the crowd one eye, then Wei. This is the 8th prince of the dragon nationality. He fled when he was expelled from the dragon nationality. You should know why he was expelled. Cloud Dance points to the red fire dragon beside him and mentions the events of that year, but it causes a great disturbance. Is he the 8th prince who escaped? No wonder a notice has been issued these days that the 8th prince who is going to be missing suddenly appears and runs away again. When the 8th prince was here, although he liked to be mischievous, his nature was not bad. Who knows? They all looked at the red fire dragon and were surprised. They didn't expect that the 8 princes who had been expelled from the dragon clan had come back. Cloud Dance nods, eyes light indifference. He is the 8 princes of the dragon family. Rumor that the 8 princes who embezzled Shuhuan, but with your understanding of him, will he do so stupid things for a Shuhuan? She believed that all the people here were not stupid. Naturally, they could understand it. If for the sake of power, he can kill Qi Yong's mother thousands of times at any time, why do he have to swallow Shuhuan to get into trouble? Red Fire Dragon also said that when he was out playing, he was often assassinated. It was estimated that he was sent by Qi Yong. But they didn't kill the Red Fire Dragon. They had to do it. You mean someone set him up? A tall, white-bearded old man has a beard many times, his eyes are bright, and his face is thoughtful. It seems that he is from the dragon nationality, and he knows more about it. It seems that there are people who understand. Who do you think is behind the scenes? The old man's sharp eyes looked at Yunwu, but Yunwu saw the name of the person she suspected in her eyes. The corner of his mouth stirred up a cold smile. It seemed that the old man had been hurt by Qi Yong. Otherwise he would not show such a resentful expression. I don't know if anyone here has suffered from the fourth prince? Smell speech. A lot of people's facial expression a change, twinkling of an eye namely die. The abnormality of this moment can't escape the eye of Cloud Dance however. It seems that there are many. Silence after a long time. As if for a century. I was driven out of the dragon clan the next day because I said a few words that the eighth prince might have been framed. Me too, but my charge is stealing the dragon palace treasures. More than a dozen people were expelled from the dragon clan, because they discussed the possibility that the red fire dragon might have been framed. However, she was very strange, and her words were terrible. Why didn't he just kill these people to avoid future trouble? Are you afraid that if you are found, you will be charged with murder? At this time the crowd was full of people, and a dozen dragon people in armor came out. Those people have steady steps and sharp eyes. At first sight, they are trained people, not palace guards but also soldiers. And us. One of the men, Blackbeard, had deep eyes. It seemed that he was the head of several people. Are you guards of the dragon palace? Although it was a question, Yunwu asked in a positive tone. Blackbeard thought for a moment and nodded. We used to be under the fourth prince. It seems that I really want to know soon. The clouds danced coldly. The atmosphere all around suddenly became tense and suffocated. Everyone knew that what this man said next was the truth of the year. Brother, you can't say it. One of them saw his forehead wrinkled tightly, blocking Blackbeard. The look of his eyes was a little painful, and his eyes were slightly red. Don't worry. We've kept this secret for so many years. We can't keep it in our hearts all the time. We can't stand up and be human. But big brother. Stop it. I've made up my mind. Blackbeard angrily interrupted the man's words, then looked at the red dragon, knelt down on one knee. Eight Prince, what happened in those years? My subordinates made amends to you first. Say, a buckle body long kneel not up. The red fire dragon's face changed slightly. He looked at Yunwu, but he didn't say anything. What happened in those years was a great shame to him. How can he be calm in the face? After a long time, the red fire dragon jumped from Camel Warcraft, went to Blackbeard, grabbed his arm and helped him stand up. There is a head of injustice and a master of debt. You are also ordered to do things. Of course, I will not blame you for the debt. Smell speech, Blackbeard sharp mouth son of Zhang. You really don't blame us? It's strange for me to chatter endlessly. Red fire dragon did not roar at him. Turned back to the camel. Blackbeard suddenly smiled. This is the eight prince they know. In those days, Qiyong really hurt his mother for the sake of power? Looking at Blackbeard, Yunwu still didn't believe it. She and Yunlingi don't have any anxieties, but they still can't attack him at the critical moment. Qiyong's mother gave birth to him and raised him. Can't it be worth a fight? As the saying goes, tiger poison does not eat son. Family is inseparable. Qiyong really so crazy? The last time I saw him, I thought he was very deep and gloomy, but I didn't see that he was a cruel man. We can't blame the fourth prince for this. It's our fault. Blackbeard sighed and fell into the memory of the past. When we got Shuhuandan, we rushed back to the Dragon Palace, but we were hijacked on the way, and Shuhuandan was lost. The fourth prince was also very sad to learn about this. It happened that the Dragon King recalled the eighth prince back, so the fourth prince asked us to blame the eighth prince for this. Blackbeard's face was dignified. If Zahundin had not been robbed, how could they have been driven out of the Dragon Clan forever? If it had not been for the coincidence, the eighth prince would not have come to this end. Well, I didn't want to talk about the past, but now it's better for you to understand. Red Fire Dragon hoarse voice. Take out a wooden box from the bosom to throw to Blackbeard. This is I was framed to escape from the Dragon Palace. Was found in Qiyong room, you see. At the moment when he saw the wooden box, Blackbeard's face changed, his forehead wrinkled, His eyes were surprised, as if he saw something that should not have been impossible to see. Not only him, but also more than 10 people behind him were shocked when they saw the wooden box. Blackbeard opened the wooden box slowly. Every minute he opened it, his face became dignified. When the wooden box was completely opened, all the people looked at the wooden box and shook their heads. Their eyes were unbelievable. How could it be? Is it the fourth prince who robbed Zahundin? What is in the wooden box is a red soul continuation pill, which is as red as blood and as bright as diamond. They will never forget it if they see it once. Is it really found in the fourth prince's room? Blackbeard looked at Red Dragon and doubted his words. Up to now I don't want to lie to you. Even if you don't believe me, you should trust her. Right. Red Fire Dragon points to Cloud Dance, which has been hidden in his heart for many years. He didn't say it because he didn't believe it was Qi Yong. Now the truth is more and more clear, and he has to believe it. Smell speech. Blackbeard dignified facial expression instant becomes a little dim. It was actually made by the fourth prince. Does he want to remove all the people who knew that he had framed the eighth prince? If it wasn't for this sudden girl, they might not know the truth of this matter for hundreds of years. No wonder the fourth prince asked them to eat the ghost grass and swore that they would not mention it in the future. If they mentioned it, they would be destroyed by the ghost grass, devouring the heart and leaving no bones. I'm afraid that something will happen one day. If he didn't tell the truth at the cost of his life today, then I will have a bad conscience all my life. Thinking of the fact that they followed him all their lives, but finally got a time bomb and the result that they could not get freedom all their lives, his unhappiness became more and more obvious. Do you think it's not worth it? Do you think it's selfish? Cloud Dance sneers. Don't talk about it. Our brothers are willing to follow you to the death and fight against the Dragon Clan. Ask Qi Yong clearly. Yes. We must be innocent of what happened in those years. Let's go too. The Dragon Palace is Qi Yong's world now. I don't know what more lawless things will happen in the future. Yes, we all go. They all shout to attack the Dragon Palace. Yunwu knows that he has won the bet. Now Qi Yong is in power, and with his unique city government, the Dragon King has appointed Qi Yong as the new Dragon King. In addition, after knowing Qi Yong's crime, it is impossible for the Dragon people to watch the Dragon people go deeper and deeper. And other people who have been expelled know what it's like to be expelled from their families, especially those who have been expelled because of their grievances, so they all have a sympathetic voice to urge them to go. What's more, it's because of Cloud Dance, the sacred vocalist profession, and the uncanny power that they admire and are willing to dominate for her. Well, we are divided into 3 groups. They are 2 groups, and I am with them. Yunwu points to Chiyi's Nanganji, Shangguan and Situlan, Meng by Red Fire Dragon and Dragon's Evil Way. Smell speech. Public this just carefully looked at a few people. It doesn't matter if you look at it. Once you look at the restless factor in your heart, you will be completely relieved. One is like ice, without any temperature. A man like God, pure and elegant with the world. A dawdle, but with a dark and strange atmosphere. A warm as the sun, but feel even deeper than the night evil. It's like you don't care about anything. An evil spirit, with a trace of darkness in the God, but the darkness is like a demon, bloodthirsty and evil. And each of them is just human. But the strength makes them feel the existence of fear, and everyone's posture is so untouchable. Is this the summoner's friend? Today is a real eye-opener for them. Of course, these people don't know the identities of these human beings in their eyes. If they know their identities, they may be even more surprised. After the 3 teams dispersed, they drove to the Dragon Tribe together. A large number of people and horses were scattered like the quicksand on the top of the desert, but because of the clouds, she gathered the scattered sand together and twisted it into an irresistible force. Once again came to the dragon border. To meet the Cloud Dance is still the Silver Dragon. Silver Dragon hand-giant stick is still shown in red. This time, the man in armor came to open the border for her. Once she was born and twice she was familiar. There was no accident for her, but she was surprised by the group of people behind her. How did the Silver Dragon messenger show up? Are there any noble guests among us? You know, it must be a big man who can make the Silver Dragon come out to meet you. Messenger, who are you here to meet? Blackbeard looked at the silver dragon messenger and was surprised. So far, this is the second time he saw the silver dragon messenger, and the first time he met the Dragon King. As far as he knows, there should be no nobles who can disturb the dragon messengers except the red fire dragon. But because of being expelled, Red Dragon is no longer a noble. Are there any other nobles? Lao Tzu is full of noble blood, don't you know? Mengbai glanced at Blackbeard with disdain. Smell speech. Blackbeard looked up and down Mengbai one eye. Eyes full of doubt. What's the question? I don't look like a nobleman? The crowd heard the words and nodded at the same time. The silver dragon messenger's face changed slightly, and he didn't speak for a long time. He is of noble primary lineage, but he appears because of red high lineage. Since he admits that it is because of him, what else can he say? He said that the advanced red Tiant stick appeared, but he didn't know who the red Tiant stick represented, because the red Tiant stick never appeared? Who is the person who can give the red Tiant stick a sense? Dragon King has only intermediate pink. Who can be higher than the 9th 5-year plan? In order to cover up his embarrassment, the silver dragon messenger quietly looked at Yunwu. Just, when looking at the large number of people behind her, some doubt. This is? Your task is not just to meet the guests. Cloud Dance picks eyebrow to ask away. Silver dragon messenger slightly jaw head. His task is really to meet the junior above VIP. Where is all that nonsense coming from? Open the way as soon as the clouds dance and the willow eyebrows condense. All you have to do is open the door to welcome the distinguished guests. How can there be so many problems? The silver dragon messenger's face changed slightly, looking at the large number of people behind Yunwu. He was in trouble. If the red VIP comes here, he should open the door respectfully. But now, how does this posture seem to come to clean up? No, I don't, do I? Cloud Dance eyes show a trace of dangerous scarlet. Suddenly, the Tiant stick in the hand of the silver dragon messenger hummed soundlessly. The red color became more and more colorful and restless. That day, Ce Stick had feelings with his heart. Naturally, other people couldn't feel the abnormality of Tian Ce Stick. The silver dragon messenger was surprised. But after pondering for a moment, he finally decided to open the border. He doesn't know who can inspire the red Tiant stick, but the only thing he knows is that once that person gets angry, the Tiant stick will be destroyed, and the border of the dragon tribe will become an empty decoration. The border is very strong. No one can destroy it. The only one that can destroy it is the red nobles. At that time, everyone thought that there would be no red aristocrats here, so they thought it was not a devastating loophole, but they didn't expect after the silver dragon messenger opened the border. 3 groups of people went to different directions. See and leave the 2 groups of people. Cloud Dance mouth corner a bend. As long as they fight there, take the dragon palace like pinch an ant. After Qi Yi's and Shengguan leave, Yunwu also plans to leave for Tawaching in the south. Looking back, the silver dragon messenger has not left. Glancing at the silver dragon messenger, the cloud danced and frowned a little displeased. Is there anything else? Who are you? Silver dragon messenger confused asked irrelevant words. Human summoner, don't you know this identity? Are you surprised? Are you shocked? A touch of irony appeared in Mengbai's mouth. The red fire dragon frowned slightly, and there was a trace of doubt in his eyes. When did the silver dragon messenger talk so much? In the past, the silver dragon emissary was a Gaoleng type who didn't say a word to his father. Now what's the matter? Summoner. Silver dragon messenger stunned a zheng, and then restore the usual indifference. I see, disturb. After that, the volley turned into a silver dragon, hovering in the sky for a moment and then disappeared. Looking at the silver dragon messenger, Yunwu can only shake his head helplessly. Looking back at the dragon. What are you thinking? From the road to now, he almost did not say a word. All the way seems to be thinking about something. Dragon Qing evil spirit smile. I'm thinking of a way to have the best of both worlds. The best of both worlds? Cloud Dance doesn't understand of tiny Cu eyebrow. Long Qingxia nodded, thin lip evil said. Our ultimate goal is not the light of ancient times? Hard is not as good as soft. Is it? Yunwu had no choice but to smile and take a deep breath. Yes, she seems to have forgotten that she came for the light of ancient times. Now I know clearly that the ancient light was in the Dragon Palace, but I just don't know where it was. If you hit hard, even if you help Red Fire Dragon get back her innocence, it's not likely that the Dragon King will give her face and hand over the ancient light. If you come to soft, you can see everyone's face, even if he knows the whereabouts of the ancient light and doesn't want to say, he will let them go to the Dragon Palace to find the ancient light, so it's easier to do. Do you have any idea? Cloud Dance feel that such a thing, or have to give her this scheming man to solve. The dragon tilts evil spirit to hook up the lip cape, wantonly smile. The method is to have, but must first go into the Dragon Palace to say righteously. It's easy to say. Take Chi Yong as a stepping stone. The enchantment and danger of cloud dancing and laughing. Long Qingxia nodded. My woman is so smart. I can't stand it. Let's go first. Meng Bai let out a loud cry and touched his arm. He felt excited all over his body and wrote 3 words on his face. He couldn't stand it. I don't like the scene of kissing me. You're not polite. Make room for them. With a wave of his hand, the red dragon took a group of people behind him and headed south. Get back here. Cloud Dance eyes color a cold, toward the crowd a low roar. In a twinkling of an eye, the people who had just taken 2 steps quickly backed back. Cloud Dance swept Red Fire Dragon and Meng by one eye cold way. Next time pick your dragon skin and your mouse skin. 2 people body one tremble, the corner of the mouth fierce one twitch, mutually stare one eye. It seems that it's not good to offend anyone. I have to offend this female king of hell. Boom. There was an unusual roar from the surface of the earth. Cloud Dance pupil Mawa mi. This is the signal that their side moves to start. No Chi Yi say an upper official there already started to attack a city. She looks back to see to the public. Come on, it's our turn. In the Dragon Palace. Report, the East City was attacked by unidentified people. Fierce, we did not prepare loss. Report, the West City has been attacked by artillery, and the gate has been destroyed. Before the last report was finished, and before the other person arrived, a quick voice had come, interrupting the first person. 2 cities in a hurry. The Dragon King in the yellow velvet robe looks very ugly. The dragon people have always been friendly with all ethnic groups, and they have been quiet for thousands of years. How can someone attack suddenly? Who on earth came here? Low roar, trying to endure. There are so many people here that I don't know. The visitor went underground in shame. Waste, the Dragon King roared, and the teacup fell to pieces. The Dragon King calms his anger. The most urgent task now is to send troops to support, otherwise the 2 cities will be in crisis. I'm afraid it will be. Thought the minister of the dragon race said in a hurry. The old Dragon King looked very angry and thought for a while. He said in a deep voice, how's the situation of Tuaching? To the Dragon King, there is nothing unusual about Tuaching. Another great general in the court. Send troops to support the 2 cities immediately, and guard them for me anyway. The Dragon King clenched his fists tightly. Because of anger, his whiskers were raised slightly, and his body trembled slightly with excitement. Yes, the general turned and left. The Dragon King is the king of the dragon people, and he has a sense of the dragon area. Feeling the roar of the distant land, the Dragon King seems to be able to imagine the situation of the 2 cities. Who on earth can take a large number of people through the border and attack the dragon clan? But he didn't know that the roar was intended for him. Qi Yi's Shangguan 2 groups of people, although the movement is big, but the reign is small, did not really plan to attack the city, just want to let the Dragon Palace send troops. When the Dragon Palace sent heavy troops to support the 2 cities, Yunwu and his party had been hiding around Tuaching, waiting for the people of the Dragon Palace to leave. Seeing that most of the forces of the Dragon Palace have dispersed to the 2 cities, Yunwu gives an order, and everyone begins to attack Tuaching. Tuaching has a strong guard. But the Cloud Dance has already let Chi Knight's black dress team advance inside, inside answer outside. According to the plan, the 5 dragon people are now waiting in the city for the Dragon King to come and control the Dragon Palace. Inside the Dragon Palace. No, Tuaching is under attack. What? The Dragon King got up, his face turned pale. Come on, lead the troops with me to support Tuaching. Tuaching is the most important defensive area. If Tuaching falls, the Dragon Palace will be in crisis. At this time, a shadow came quickly. The man looks like he's worried. Isn't he Qi Yong? Father Huang, if you attack with illness, you will certainly cause more riots among the dragon people. Why don't you ask your son to explore the truth first, and he will guarantee to protect Tuaching. Qi Yong half kneels on the ground to request. The facial expression manner is extremely sincere. The Dragon King pondered for a moment, nodded. You take 10,000 people to meet. If it is the main force of the enemy, try to circle, see if there is room for relaxation. Yes, Qi Yong got up and left in a hurry. Just now I heard the spies report that it was Red Fire Dragon who brought people to attack the city. He must not be given the chance to see his father. Tuaching. Above the city wall, the Black Team and the Dragon Guards have been fighting. Dragon Guards are good at defense and attack. They are powerful and agile. They have a great advantage. But Qi Knight's Black Team is just like a ghost in the daytime. The Dragon people have no place to use their power, and can't catch their shadow. In this way, the Black Team is better. The Black Team uses Qi Yi's weapon specially made for them, Soft Sword. It's as soft as a whip and sharp as a sword. It's an excellent weapon for killers. Qi Yong's backup troops have not come yet. The dragon people on the city wall have been almost cleaned up by the Black Team. Now they are basically the territory of the Black Team. Under the wall, the team in black took the wall and opened the gate. Cloud Dance saw the Black Team occupied the city wall, opened the city gate, also not anxious to enter the city. She's waiting for someone worthy of her negotiation. Step on. In the distance, a group of black people galloped in. Cloud Dance looked at the menacing crowd. Phoenix's eyes slightly narrowed. A trace of cold on passed by the fundus of the eyes. It's him. Qi Yong. She cold lips raised a smile. The opposite person is not worth her waste of words to negotiate. For eyes opposite, like ice like purgatory. The atmosphere around suddenly strange up. Qi Yong took a deep look at the Cloud Dance, and moved his eyes to the Red Fire Dragon, with a deep smile. 8 younger brother, long time no see. Seeing this, Red Fire Dragon's anger can't help rising. Even Cloud Dance can clearly smell his anger of killing people. Calm down, what's the hurry? When you're going to relieve your anger, I'll be with you if you can't kill him at that time. Cloud Dance stares at Red Fire Dragon, and indicates that he should restrain his hot temper. We are all civilized people. How can we use violence at the beginning? Red Fire Dragon resists the impulse to kill Qi Yong, accept the burning anger. 8 younger brother, the father and the emperor ordered you to be expelled from the dragon tribe, and exiled to the top of the desert is already for the sake of father and son. How can you not be satisfied? Qi Yong looks at the Red Fire Dragon, and his deep eyes are unpredictable. The dragon scale on the dragon's armor is full of the edge of killing, just as he wanted to kill the Red Fire Dragon in his present mood, so as to avoid future trouble. That book is for the sake of father and son. Is it kind enough to kill you? Red Fire Dragon angry eyes a cold, a jump body half empty, instant into dragon state. Roar. The dragon roared and whirled over the crowd. Cloud Dance slightly frowned, raised eyes to glance at a Red Fire Dragon. Eyes swept a trace of helplessness. Forget it, with his hot temper, suffered hundreds of years of humiliation. Now he cannot bear to kill Qi Yong is already very good. What else does she want? Do you think? Fourth Prince, do you think you are qualified to speak in the present situation? Yunwu interrupts Qi Yong's words, with a hint of warning and provocation in his cold voice. Smell speech, Qi Yong facial expression tiny change, but very quickly concealed go down. Looking at Yunwu. So what? Can you really attack the Dragon Palace? After that, a disgusting smile appeared on his deep face, which made Yunwu feel very uncomfortable. Ah! With a scream, Qi Yong's whole body fell over in an instant and fell to the ground on the back of his mount. She really won't do it to the Dragon Palace, but if she does it to you, it will dirty her hands. Long Qingxia lazily takes back his palm, and the evil spirit casts a wink at the Cloud Dance. When you encounter dirty things, give them to Wei Fu, so that you won't feel sick. I think so. Cloud danced toward him a smile, satirized of saw Qi Yong of embarrassed. You. Qi Yong stood up in pain, his deep eyes burning with anger. Fourth prince, if there's a fire, hold it down first, or I'll be on fire and you'll suffer, won't you? Cloud dance indifferent smile of cool evil. What on earth do you want to do? Qi Yong looked at a few people, and gradually understood the form. He was always calm and calm. After he met Yunwu, he found that there were too many factors he could not control. For example, in the current situation he was sure to win the red dragon, but now he is threatened and can't move. Of course you don't know what she wants to do, but you should know what he wants to do. Mingbai points to red fire dragon. A face you don't understand can go to die of expression. Smell speech. Qi Yong holds sword hand suddenly a tight. Do you think anyone will believe what you say? Qi Yong looks at the red fire dragon, and his eyes are calm again, just like the calm before the storm. We believe it. Don't believe who will come back with him? One by one, those people in Shaoqing made their stand clear. Does your trust work? Qi Yong's angry voice was hoarse and hoarse. Is the trust of the soldiers you drove out useful? Is the trust of an old friend who has been set up by you and expelled forever useful? Cloud dances to pick eyebrow to ask away. The eyes is an instant of looking at Qi Yong. She wants to see Qi Yong hear these words. The facial expression turns green of that moment. Sure enough, Qi Yong heard her words, iron black face instant green. Maybe Qi Yong didn't expect that the loyal soldiers would betray him in a few years after taking the deadly ghost grass. At that time the soft-hearted, doomed to the consequences of today? Qi Yong glanced at the crowd and said, "Take them down." Yes, the army swarmed up behind him. Looking at the swarming army, Yunwu winked at the black team on the upper floor of the city. In an instant, the black team floated down the tower like a ghost, blocking the army going through the gate. With the sword waving, the city gate suddenly spattered blood and screamed. The gate of the city is only 10 meters wide. It only needs a few people in black to guard it. Qi Yong's people can't be killed. The so-called one man is in charge of the pass. 10,000 men are not allowed to open it. Looking at the falling soldiers, Qi Yong's face was a little ferocious. Then he yelled at the people behind him, "Kill them for me." Most of the soldiers in front of him are from other races controlled by him, while those in the back are really dragon soldiers. Hearing Qi Yong's order, Yunwu looks at the red fire dragon in the air. He says coldly, "Next it's your turn." Smell speech. Red fire dragon roars, "Long yi nei," sweep toward front. In front of the dragon soldiers have become dragon state. Occupied in mid-air, Jingqiao orderly Chaoyan dance hit, but were stopped by red fire dragon in mid-air. At this time, the black team had already killed the soldiers at the gate. At this time, a middle-aged man in armor rushed to Qi Yong and said something in his ear. Qi Yong's face changed. For a moment, those deep and secluded eyes were full of surprise, panic, and a faint sense of killing. At this moment, a golden dragon appeared in the air. The golden dragon was followed by several giant dragons, swimming in the direction of Cloud Dance in a zigzag shape. Cloud Dance willow eyebrow tiny pick. Looking at Qi Yong's dark face, the corner of the lip radian rises. Has the person of negotiation value come? If you're right, is that the Dragon King? At the time of Cloud Dance meditation, Jinlong has come to Qi Yong. The dragon's majesty swept away and disappeared in mid-air. There was one more person on the surface. Dragon King intentionally or unintentionally looked at the current situation. Forehead is not easy to detect, slightly wrinkled. When he saw the red fire dragon fighting with the dragon soldiers, his solemn eyes flashed by. Red fire dragon also saw the Dragon King. When he was lost, he was hurt by the dragon soldiers. He showed his teeth in pain. "I dare to hurt my uncle's tail. I don't want to kill you." Hearing this, the Dragon King's cold eyes seemed to pass a trace of helplessness. Although it was very shallow, it could not escape the eyes of Cloud Dance. Gently pull the corners of the mouth. It seems that the winning chips in her hands. Finally, the Dragon King put his eyes on Yunwu, and the helpless in his eyes was completely hidden. "I don't know where the dragon people offended you, let you make such a sudden attack? To inspire the masses? All of a sudden? Is he implying that she is mean? No grudge in the past, No grudge in the near future. Plain voice like water, but with a touch of uncomfortable laziness. The Dragon King's face was colder and angrier. Then why is that? Looking at the guards killed on the city wall, the soldiers solved at the gate of the city, the ghostly black team, not to mention the army behind her. Is this the scene of no grudge in the past and no grudge in recent days? I don't have any grudges with the dragon people. It's him who has grudges. The cloud dances a light glance red fire dragon way. The Dragon King took a look at the red fire dragon and understood what the situation was. Finally, he had to talk to the red fire dragon. You son of a bitch. Is this a rebellion? The Dragon King roared. Red fire dragon smells speech. Anger on the body a little cold. A jump body has been illusory human form. Sitting on the camel warcraft body beside Cloud Dance. I want to rebel. Do you think the Dragon Palace is still there? When Red Fire Dragon heard the angry voice of the Dragon King, he was so excited that he didn't see his father for many years. He didn't even want to call his father. Maybe it was because his decision to expel him from the family was too arbitrary. The Dragon King's cold angry eye color slightly droops. Already did not have such iceberg edges cold idea. Just now, he received the news that the east and west cities had been lost, and the comers had occupied the two cities. If they continued to attack the Dragon Palace, it was a must. But they did not continue to attack the Dragon Palace, they just occupied the two cities. At that time, he knew that the comers did not want to capture the Dragon Palace. Then what do you want to do? The Dragon King lowered his voice and his body trembled slightly. Benda. We're just talking about a deal with you. Cloud Dance takes the lead to speak and interrupts Red Fire Dragon's words. With Red Fire Dragon's irascible temper, he quarrels with the Dragon King. After Qi Yong's provocation, he can fight soon, and nothing can be done at that time. What deal? Looking at Yunwu, the Dragon King instantly realized that Yunwu was the leader of this event. I've been on the road for 2 days and I'm still hungry. I don't know if the Dragon King has prepared something delicious for the big guy. Yunwu looks at the Dragon King's face like a chameleon with a smile. Smell speech. Not only Dragon King, Qiyong originally gloomy facial expression more gloomy. Father, if you can raise such a fierce team, you must not lead wolves into the house. Qiyong saw that the Dragon King was meditating on the words of Cloud Dance, and quickly stopped it. He can't let the crisis to his disadvantage live, let alone let the crisis enter the Dragon Palace. Cloud Dance sneers. The smile is full of irony. Looking at Qiyong's calm face appear flustered, she glanced at Red Dragon, seems to ask him how he feels. I don't think there's anything better than now. Red Fire Dragon wantonly smile. Although smile does not reach the heart, but also not against the heart. Then Yunwu felt a look of murder hovering between them. If the look could kill people, she and Red Fire Dragon would have died thousands of times. Well. All of a sudden, Qiyong screamed and bowed in pain. Dragon King, it's so difficult for you to choose a meal. Do you mind if I help you? Long Qingxia, who had not spoken for a long time, glanced at the Dragon King lazily. One of them jumped onto the cloud dancing mount, hugged her waist and put his chin on her shoulder. You. The Dragon King pointed to the dragon and looked at Qiyong, who fell to the ground in pain. He was angry. Then he looked back and roared. Please let them in. Wait a minute. Cloud Dance suddenly stopped the bodyguard who came to invite. They are used to being scattered on the top of the desert, so please ask the Dragon King to send the food out. Cloud Dance a smile, then look at the black team. And they're also sent out, sneak attack secretly check habit. In case can't bear to live in the Dragon Palace to investigate what's not good, just a few of us go in to visit. With these words, Qiyong's face was worse than the color of eggplant. Just do what she says. The Dragon King knows very well that the Dragon Palace is now besieged and surrounded by cloud dancing people. There must be some reason why she didn't move the Dragon Palace. And that reason may be a glimmer of hope to save the Dragon crisis. Father King. Qiyong wanted to say something, but was stopped by the Dragon King's eyes. At the moment, there were many questions in his heart, but it was too late to study. Looking at the people gradually away, Qiyong clenched his fists, and his eyes were calm and terrifying. The dead are the surest. I understand. Cloud Dance, Dragon Pour Evil, Mengbai and Red Fire Dragon follow the Dragon King all the way to the Dragon Palace. Dragon Palace is located on the sea not far from Tuaching. It is like an island floating on the sea. It is surrounded by a border, just like a fairyland on earth. The three-legged golden crowns are transformed into the sun, shining on the sea and the magnificent Dragon Palace. In the distance, the turtle of the Dragon King came all the way, carrying several people to the Dragon Palace. Yunwu has some helplessness at the bottom of his heart. A person with status is willful. If he can walk by himself, he has to set up a mount. In about a quarter of an hour, the turtle took several people to the steps of the Dragon Palace. Yunwu then found out that the boundary of the Dragon Palace was not to defend the enemy, but just to prevent the invasion of seawater. It was overqualified. The moment you enter the Dragon Palace, the clouds are dancing, and you feel as if you are separated from the world. This Dragon Palace is similar to the Dragon Palace in modern TV dramas, except that there is no seawater. Seaweed and green vines are everywhere. They miraculously survive without seawater. Dragon pillars, dragon chairs and dragon gates are everywhere in the form of dragons. A dragon wandering around, circling on the Dragon Palace, swimming in the sea, everywhere. Dragon Palace, really Dragon Palace. After arriving at the Dragon Tribe, most of the dragons appear in human form. Even if some dragons hate human beings and do not want to appear in human form, there are also a few. However, most of the Dragon Palaces now appear in dragon form. This is the world of dragons. It's no exaggeration. After entering the Dragon Palace, Red Fire Dragon just like back to his own home, quite due the friendship of the host called Cloud Dance. A few people completely did not look at the Dragon King's face. Although the Dragon King was angry, now he was pinched by the neck and had no position to speak. After dinner, Yunwu put forward that he was tired for 2 days and wanted to stay in the Dragon Palace for one night. The Dragon King was angry, but he reluctantly agreed. Several of them lived in the Dragon Palace. Because they are human beings, they are naturally looked at by many people in the Dragon Palace, but even the Dragon King can't do anything to them, so they dare not do anything. It's night cool. The Dragon Palace at night is a bit cooler than usual. In the emerald crystal green and resplendent Dragon Palace, the Dragon King sits alone on the dragon chair, touching the bridge of his nose. It seems that he is tired between his eyebrows, but he can't sleep. Why can't you sleep? After passing the palace, looking at the Dragon King with a sad face, Yunwu came in with a cold voice. The Dragon King suddenly raised his eyes, and his sorrow turned into sharp. How did you come in? Oh. Cloud Dance chuckles and glances at the Dragon King sarcastically. Do you think your bodyguards work for me? The Dragon King didn't speak anymore. Of course, he knew that those bodyguards were equivalent to furnishings for her. What can I do for you? The Dragon King's attitude is not as tough and angry as he was at the gate today. Maybe he wants to understand. Now that someone holds a knife around his neck, even if he is angry, it doesn't help. Don't you want to know why we deal with the Dragon Palace? If the scope is smaller, you don't want to know the purpose of Red Fire Dragon's return this time? Cloud Dance squints her eyes and looks at the change of Dragon King. After a long time the Dragon King sighed, say what you want. When Red Fire Dragon robbed Shuhuan Dan, don't you think it's strange? As long as a person with normal thinking, he will feel strange, let alone a Dragon King who has been a dragon for thousands of years. You mean the Red Fire Dragon was set up? The Dragon King's eyes darkened. He glanced at the Cloud Dance, and could not see any fluctuation. Yunwu just laughed and said nothing. This sentence has betrayed him. He suspected that Red Fire Dragon was framed. The story of that year has been turned over. There is no need to mention it again. The Dragon King stood up, touched his forehead wearily, and turned to leave. Turn the page? Do you want the whole Dragon Palace to turn over the story together? Cloud Dance eyes swept out a touch of cold. Tone thin cool a few minutes. Hearing Yunwu mention the Dragon Palace again, the Dragon King's anger rubs and burns. Li Mao looks sharp at Yunwu, and his tone suddenly becomes sharp. If you say it's a frame-up, it's a frame-up. Why should I believe you? Cloud Dance eyes color slightly cold smile. It doesn't matter if the Dragon King doesn't believe me, but in your own heart, don't you have doubts for a long time? A wise leader may be dazzled by love and hate for a while, but he will soon wake up. I've given you the steps. It's up to you whether the Dragon King wants to go down or not. Everyone likes to be capped, and Dragon King is no exception. He pondered for a while, his anger faded, and finally understood the purpose of Yunwu's final attack on the Dragon Palace. You are a smart man. Stop. Cloud Dance suddenly stretched out a finger. After praising a person, it is often followed by a request. If you praise your intelligence, you can't do stupid things. If you praise your diligence, you can't be lazy. Praise a person is the next set. She won't go in. Dragon King, I'm an outsider. Even if Red Fire Dragon is your son, I'm also an outsider. It's possible for an outsider to do anything to hurt the Dragon Palace. Dragon King, think twice. You threaten me everywhere. Do you think I'm really afraid of you? The Dragon King was threatened by the Cloud Dance. There was no room for resistance. His self-esteem and dignity were absolutely unbearable. The Dragon King is not afraid of me, but I am not afraid of you either. Cloud Dance, indifferent, looking at the Dragon King. A result for a piece is worth, all depends on the Dragon King way. She said frankly, if entangle, but fell inferior. Dragon King pondered for a while. Su Rong said, according to your words, if this matter is true, the person who can return the innocence will be innocent. If it is not true, she will withdraw, which is the best. From which point of view, there is no harm. It was a long time ago, but he thought that as long as he wanted to find out, there were more or less clues. Along with the investigation, there would always be some clues. Unexpectedly, after a night's investigation, we found that all the people who testified about the Red Fire Dragon's snatching of Shuhuan Dan were dead, and there was something strange about the death. The reason for everyone's death was different. Coincidence or premeditation? Dragon King began to think about Cloud Dance. This matter is really strange. When Dragon King investigated the matter, the clouds and dancing were not idle, and secretly investigating the matter. Over the past 100 years, she knew that only those officers and men were not enough to testify, and that they must find important evidence. Unfortunately, the material evidence had been taken away by the guy who was the chef fire dragon, and I don't know what else to find. The guy who doesn't do anything but adds something. The quiet Yunlu Palace is dark everywhere, and the three figures quietly come and look around. All of a sudden, 2 night patrol bodyguards came face to face, and the three quickly hid in the flowers. It seems that the 4th prince will not come back tonight. I don't know what it's like to hold a woman like my mother all day long. Don't you dare say that. Walls have ears. The 2 voices are getting farther and farther away. The 3 people in the flowers looked at each other, and the corners of their mouths raised a radian. The phantom passed by. They saw the palace gate move in the distance, which seemed to restore calm like an illusion. In the room, 3 dim figures are busy searching for something. After all this time, do you really think he will keep the evidence of that year? Red Fire Dragon looked for a while, and did not find anything. Think Cloud Dance some think too much. So long, the destruction of he has already destroyed it? If it were you, it would have been destroyed, but he wasn't you. Cloud Dance sneers. There is a kind of person in the world who will play with fire and burn himself sooner or later. That is conceit. Unfortunately, Qi Yong was one of those. Little thing. I find that you are getting better and better at manipulating other people's minds. Long Qingxia's deep voice penetrated the darkness of the room, just like a touch of warmth coming to the Cloud Dancing ear. His eyes looked at the wall in the distance, and a mysterious smile appeared at the corner of his mouth. I think so. Yunwu glanced at him, past him, and walked to the wall he had been looking at. Long Qingxia's golden eyes drooped slightly, and a smile appeared at the bottom of his eyes. This little thing. Yunwu knocked on the wall, and the movement of the wall was not unusual, but it made Yunwu feel that something was wrong, and could not say what was wrong. What's the problem? Cloud Dance looks at the wall, eyebrows locked, eyes meditating. Did you find anything? Smell speech. Red Fire Dragon also walked to come over. Long Qingxia lazily sat down on the bench, picked up a brush to play with, looked at the cloud dance's eyes doting evil spirit. If you can taste something sweet, I can consider telling you what's the problem. Yunwu's face turned black, and a trace of coolness appeared at the bottom of his eyes. When was the time? He was still in the mood to play tricks there. You like to be garrulous, don't you? Well. Long Qingxia bent down in pain, and covered his legs with a slight pain. Is it sweet enough? Cloud Dance overlooks the dragon and looks cold. Red Fire Dragon sneered. Ask for trouble. But was Cloud Dance a cold eye warning? Long Qingxia stood up, picked up Yunwu's waist, turned around and put her on the chair. Madam, please sit down, and the rest will be given to my husband. Looking at Long Qingxia, Yunwu shakes his head helplessly. Is this guy masochistic? Long Qingxia went to the wall, and looked at the brush in his hand. His golden eyes narrowed and a gust of wind swept by. The brush was straight into the wall. Wow. There was a crackle in the wall. Then I saw a crack in the wall. As time went by, the crack became bigger and bigger. Finally, it opened. How wide was it for one person? Inside the wall is a partition, and a small box comes out of the partition because the wall is golden, and the small box is also golden, which is extremely difficult to find. There is nothing but a small box. Long Qingxia gives the small box to Yunwu and winks at her. Cloud Dance slightly frown. How do you find there is a problem? If it had not been for Long Qingxia to remind her, she might not have been attracted there at all. Intuition. The dragon poured a smile, and there was more evil in the smile. Intuition of the same kind. A terrible and dangerous intuition. Looking at the box in hand, Yunwu thought for a while, and decided to open it to see if there was any value she could take away. Under the gaze of the three people, Yunwu opened the box. There was nothing in the box except a letter. Can this be so-called evidence? The three looked at each other and nodded like gods. Yunwu opens the envelope, which says that it was he who had the Shuhuan Dan in the hands of more than 10 soldiers snatched back. In order to have a long night's dream, they put away the envelope and left. They searched for the robber as fast as they could, but they were told that they had died a few hundred years ago. It seems that he was killed. Check this, Cloud Dance slightly frowned sneer. Good ruthless means a live all didn't leave. The fire-red dragon leaned lazily against the back of the chair, and there seemed to be a fire burning in his eyes. His biological mother has gone. What else is cruel? Hard-hearted people are especially suspicious. It's the same reason that I'm always afraid of meeting the devil when I'm walking too much at night. She said softly, without a trace of anger, but colder than ever. They looked at each other and understood each other's thoughts. In the Pear Garden Palace. They found something? Qiyong smiles. Yulan, who is sitting under him, shows a look of fear. He is not afraid of the prince's cold, but he is afraid of the prince's smile. This is a consensus. The next moment, Yulan's neck was severely pinched. The master of the hand, Qiyong, is still laughing, slowly asked. Are not all dead? What did they find out? The subordinate lowered his head, sweat beads straight down, but did not dare to wipe. Subordinate, I don't know. Qiyong suddenly force, Yulan constantly struggle, face purple frightening. He looked at her appearance, only feel funny. She's on the verge of death, like a clown. This pleased Qiyong. He released his hand, low calm way. Roll. The jade haze is tiny red mouse-sun, continuously rolling and crawling of run away. Standing on one side of the subordinates, sweat more severe, plop and kneel on the ground. He didn't even look at it. It's natural that we can't find it. After all, it's a bunch of rubbish. You can get out. His voice grew angry. This sound of roll is like an amnesty. My subordinates quickly stepped down, as if there were wild animals chasing behind. Qiyong was the only one left in the dark palace. His slightly angry face became dignified. He stretched out his 5 fingers, and his hands were covered with sweat. Father, I can't stay. I hope my mother's death will go down with my father's death. He is the successor of the Dragon King appointed by his father. Once the Dragon King suddenly dies, then he will succeed to the throne. Dragon King is powerful. If you fight hard, few people are rivals. So Qiyong made a move on the intimate people. The Dragon King has a concubine, Yulan, who is very similar to his mother. He secretly gave it to the Dragon King. Now it's just for use. In the palace, Yulan wanted to take advantage of the opportunity to get close, but she was disturbed before she started. The bodyguard outside the hall suddenly reported it. The leader of the top of the desert and the red fire dragon asked to see each other. The Dragon King on the bedside, but he had to get up again. Yulan's command is to start before the red fire dragon comes and frame up the fire dragon. Now the situation has changed. Naturally, she is a little worried. She grabs the Dragon King's arm and says, "Wang, I want to see the powerful woman." The Dragon King frowned slightly, hesitated a little, and agreed. They went to see Yunwu and Red Fire Dragon together. The main hall. Cloud Dance and Red Fire Dragon sit. Dragon King and Yulan do in the first. The Dragon King was angry when he saw the Red Fire Dragon. But he didn't put it on his face because he was worried about the clouds. He asked rudely, "I found that all the clues were broken. Since you said there were clues, what clues did you find?" Cloud Dance's proud smile. "Nature is a big clue, but only to the Dragon King." Finished saying, she carelessly glanced at a jade haze. Yulan Qiao smile, extremely polite. "I leave the body is." She got up gracefully and left, but it was as if she had been mixed by her skirt. She couldn't balance her body, just like the Dragon King fell down. And the Dragon King subconsciously helped her. Between two people, intimate contact. Instant, Yulan figure of fantasy, open fangs, bite to the Dragon King. She was originally a purple man snake, and her toxicity was the most fierce. If she bit the Dragon King, she would not die, but her strength would be greatly reduced. And a king who loses his strength will end up dead. Yunwu has long noticed that Yulan is a little strange, and has been staring at her. Now it doesn't seem to be her illusion. Suddenly, the smell of vegetation rose, turned into a whip, attacked the elements of the wind, and almost in an instant, the Dragon King was saved from the snake. Then the thunder element gushes out of the body, hands rotate each other, and a thunder cage is formed. With a wave of plants and vines, Yulan is thrown into the cage. Yulan see a failure trapped in the thunder cage. In no chance Red Dragon will shout, "Lord, Yulan incompetent." Red Fire Dragon gaped. "What's the matter with Guan Ben?" Yunwu looks at Yulan and sneers. "Don't frame up here. If he knows the intelligence of assassinating others, he won't be framed so miserably." Red Fire Dragon lay down gun again. White Cloud Dance one eye. "Have you so hurtful?" The Dragon King stares at Yulan angrily. "I treat you well, you even want to kill me. It's her master who wants to kill you. Because we thought we had evidence," she said coolly. The Dragon King looks ugly, but he believes a little. On the other hand, Qi Yong thinks Yulan is successful and comes to the main hall to greet the Dragon King. However, he finds that everyone is there. Yulan is trapped in the thunder cage. He immediately put away the heart of contempt into the palace. "Don't look at Yulan one eye. Respectful salute. Father Emperor." When looking at the red fire dragon, his eyes were obviously angry. "You can still stay in the dragon palace as if nothing had happened. Don't you feel ashamed when you hurt my mother?" He pointed at the red fire dragon. As soon as the prince comes, he is in a hurry to put on his hat. "I'm afraid it's not appropriate." Yunwu stood up and laughed sarcastically. The prince knows that all the people who testified that the fire dragon did harm to people died unexpectedly? Qi Yong narrowed his eyes. At that time, no one paid attention. Now it seems that Red Fire Dragon has a grudge against those who corrected him, so he killed them under revenge. Cloud Dance laughs, no coffin, no tears. Just when Yunwu wanted to say something, a hurried bodyguard came in outside the palace, with a trace of panic on his face. "Your Majesty, the third prince is extremely poisonous and in danger." "What?" The Dragon King got up, his face darkened, turned and walked away. "Please ask the best doctor for me, go and have a look." Looking at the Dragon King leaving, Yunwu's eyes are dark. He glances at Qi Yong, who has an enigmatic face, and droops his eyes slightly. Is Qi Shu suddenly poisoned? Isn't that a coincidence? Qi Yong's move is a good one. It seems that tonight is another unpredictable night. Looking at the red dragon, they looked at each other and nodded slightly. The fourth prince and the third prince are very poisonous. Don't you go and have a look? Cloud dance, willow eyebrow pick. Just want to. If you don't go, we'll go first. Excuse me. Chi-Yong just want to speak, she interrupted. He took the words as nothing more than hypocritical disguise. He is in the mood to make up. She is not in the mood to listen. Looking at the cloud dance red fire dragon left back, Chi-Yong mouth stiff pull open a touch of gloomy smile. From the palace, Yunwoo followed red fire dragon all the way to Chi-Shu's residence. Chi-Shu's residence was not as splendid as other palaces. On the contrary, it was full of peach blossoms scattered around the courtyard, and the fragrance was compelling. Only from this point can we see the temperament of the third prince. Cloud dance comes to Chi-Shu's palace, red fire dragon goes in, but she doesn't go in. Instead, she goes in the opposite direction. At the end of Taoweiyuan, two figures stand next to each other. What's the situation? Yunwoo looks at the dragon and frowns slightly. I can't die, but I can't live well. Mengbai shrugged his shoulders and felt sorry for the three princes who were killed suddenly. Not long ago, he was just a passerby, but now he was pushed to the top by Chi-Yong. I won't tell you if I can save my life. Cloud dance looks at the dragon to pour evil. The star Mao is right up his that pair of evil spirit of gold Mao. For a moment not instantaneous, seemed to want to see through what is hiding behind his that smile. After a long time, death is death. If you don't die, how can the Dragon King investigate the murderer with grief? The cloud dances toward the dragon, with a trace of disdain in its smile. Long Qingxia Chumua smile, this woman, why always so clever? After Chi-Yong's hand, he has protected Chi-Shu's heart. Now Chi-Shu seems to be in a coma, but there is basically no danger. As long as the Dragon King investigates the murderer, Chi-Shu can do it. Three people return to Chi-Shu residence, plan to go in to see period number of illness, but head-on bumped into the face of ice-cold Teen Dragon King. Come on, thoroughly investigate this matter. If it's related, we can't let go of any of them. The Dragon King lowered his voice and was on the verge of anger. Looking at the bodyguard who left, the thin lips of Dragon Qingxia gently opened, with an aura that cannot be ignored between the words. Dragon King, I don't know if this can help you find out the murderer? Dragon Qingxia handed a thing in his hand to the Dragon King. At the moment when Dragon Qingxia spread out his hand, the Dragon King's face turned from green to white. In Long Qingxia's hand, there is a jade pendant, which he brought to Chi-Yong when he was born. It's the symbol of the next Dragon King. He never leaves. Now is it true that the Dragon King looked at the dragon, and his eyes were cold? What do you want to do? Why is the Dragon Palace not peaceful after you come here? Dragon King, we are here. There are many things that show that some people are guilty of committing crimes. If you still refuse to believe me, I think it's useless to continue to talk in depth. Let's solve it by violence. The cloud dances and the willow eyebrows condense slightly. An old Dragon King's work is so slow, and the truth is right in front of him. He wants to take out a posture that I don't believe in killing me. I want to dream before it's dark, and I don't want to find the time. The Dragon King watched the four people turn away. Their eyes narrowed slightly, and their eyes were sharp and thoughtful. Stop. He stopped the three. I promise you to investigate this matter thoroughly. Cloud Dance stopped, but did not look back, the corner of the mouth smile. Dragon King, my patience is limited. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was cold. Although he didn't show it, he was shocked. His patience was limited. It seemed that he could see clearly the woman in front of him in a flash. The man was cold and bloodthirsty. This is the evidence just to be handed over to you. Take a good look at it for yourself. Yunwoo went to the Dragon King, handed the letter evidence to the Dragon King, and then said, Dragon King, long night, many dreams. She has a point. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. The cloud dances the corner of the mouth to stir up a touch of cold and gorgeous smile. Turn round and other three people disappear in the distance. The Dragon King took his eyes back from Yunwoo's hand, opened the letter in his hand, and saw that his fingers holding the letter were white and trembling, and his face was cold and frightening. Arrest the fourth prince for me, he said almost word for word. Yes, half of the sky was tinged with the afterglow of the setting sun. and the air became a little cold and thin. The night is hazy, the starlight washes away. Some cool night sky breath slightly suffocates. Are you doing this or not? A rebuke. Hoarse echo in the palace of repression. Yes. Qi-yong is insipid and does not defend or deny. You. Dragon King hands into a fist, slightly trembling. Corners of the mouth are constantly twitching. What on earth for? Qi-yong just gave a deep smile and didn't answer. Cloud Dance tiny me Mao Sun, looking at Qi-yong mouth corner of smile. Always feel that he seems to have so a little conscience. That Shuhuan pill didn't come to your mother's hand, because it was a step late, right? Cloud Dance looks at Qi-yong. Qi-yong hears her words, look a zheng, twinkling of an eye namely die. Do as you please. Say it, close your eyes, don't want to say a word more. I've lost a son for hundreds of years. I don't want to lose a son forever. The Dragon King's eyes are scarlet. Smell speech. Qi-yong micro closed eyes slightly move. After a long time, he opened his eyes and looked at the red dragon with deep eyes. Why did you come back at that time? Then he looked at the Dragon King again and said, why am I so excellent? You have to support a person who has no intention to be a Dragon King, and has family affairs to be the next Dragon King? If it wasn't for all this coincidence, I didn't need to send someone to rob Zahundan. And my mother wouldn't have thought Zahundan came late and died. The past came to my heart, and my eyes full of blood were wet, and my voice was close to a low roar. If it wasn't for the sake of getting rid of Red Fire Dragon, if it wasn't for the delay in snatching Zahundan, his mother would not have died. Would not, so you're going to make mistakes again and again for this position? The Dragon King's tone is calm, but he has countless sorrows and coolness. He has harmed your mother, forced the Red Fire Dragon away, and now he has harmed Qi-shu. If he didn't catch you tonight, would you kill me tonight? Yes, a positive answer. Let everyone take a breath. Evil. Come on, put him in prison for me. The Dragon King was so angry that he trembled. Looking at Qi-yong who was taken away, his eyes were extremely painful, and he tried not to faint. I'm glad I'm free tonight. When he came to the gate of the palace, Qi-yong stopped and said that he could never see him again. Yinwu sighed a little. When he first met him, he felt that he had a city. His heart was heavy and gloomy. Now it seems that he has gone through a lot of vicissitudes. It's clear what happened in those years. My goal has been achieved. The rest is your own business. Red Fire Dragon glanced at Cloud Dance, turned and left the palace. Cloud Dance looked at Ming Bai. Ming Bai nodded and followed Red Fire Dragon. Now his mood is very complicated, right? Dragon King, what are you going to do with the fourth prince? The king will handle this matter properly. There is no need to worry about it. The Dragon King still had some fear and distrust of her. It's clear. I will double compensate him for his humiliation in the future. I don't know if you can withdraw? Now the East City and the West City are her world. How can he not scruple? Cloud Dance a smile, saw a long Qing evil, meaning each other clear in the chest. It's easy to retreat. It's said that the ancient light belongs to the Dragon Palace alone. I don't know if the Dragon King can tell me where he is. It was for the light of ancient times. Not bad. She did not deny it. It's just a rumor. I haven't seen anything like that. The Dragon King's eyes sank and his words were plain. Cloud Dance sneers, what a lying old fox. Sun's family got half of the remains of the ancient light. Everyone knows that it's the Dragon Palace's welfare for the champion. Does the Dragon King treat me as a fool? He doesn't want to say we can't force it, or we'll clean up the Dragon Palace, so that we don't have to force others to do anything, do you think? Dragon Qing evil a deep smile, voice flat, but make Dragon King Mao light a change. Cloud Dance slightly droops the eye light inside flits over a silk helpless. This guy every time talks must hit the key. Dragon King, what do you think? The Cloud dances the corner of the mouth to hook up a touch of radiant, shallow way. I really don't know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Otherwise, go to the pagoda of the Dragon Palace ruins. No one has been there for thousands of years. Maybe it will be there. Ruins pagoda? The Cloud dances and frowns slightly. It sounds like the place where the ancient light is stored. Let's have a look at it. The old Dragon King is very thoughtful. Doesn't he know where the other half of the ancient light is? Then I'll have a look at it. It's the place where the dragon's patron saint lives. No one can enter except the dragon nobles. Besides, you are still human. I'll make an exception to let you in, but you should promise me to withdraw immediately after you come out, no matter what the result is. Lao Longwang climbed up the pole and began to offer conditions. The cloud danced with a smile and said, "Now you are not qualified to talk about the conditions with me. When you find the light of ancient times, everything is easy to discuss. If you can't find it, nothing can be discussed." Hearing this, the Dragon King's face changed again. This sentence did not save him any face. Yunwu naturally knows that this sentence is a bit too much, but the person who pushes his nose on the face must hit the face. The Dragon King pondered for a while, and finally let go. He took out a ring from a dark box and said, "Go and have a look. This is the soul ring. After entering the pagoda, it can help you resist the attack of the wind, thunder, earth and fire array in the pagoda." Cloud Dance took the ring. The ring was black, with a touch of evil light. Vaguely felt like something was imprisoned in the ring. "Thank you very much." Looking back at the dragon, "Let's go. You're the only one going in. That's my limit." Without waiting for the dragon to speak, the Dragon King blurted out first. Cloud Dance saw a Long Qingxia. Long Qingxia nodded. "For husband is not at your side, be careful." Cloud Dance lips a hook, then glanced at the Dragon King. "Lead the way." Having said that, several people left the palace and walked towards the ruins. On the way, they met Ming Bai and Red Fire Dragon, and they left together. As they walked towards the southeast, they felt more and more invisible pressure. With their constant walking, the pressure became greater and greater, and they almost had to use strength to resist. Before long, not far away will appear a shadow of the pagoda, towering. "That's the ruins pagoda." The Dragon King pointed to the dim shadow in the distance. Cloud Dance's tiny jawhead, looking back to see Dragon Qing Evil One Eye. "That I went." Long Qingxia nodded. "My husband's heart will follow you." Cloud Dance frowns. "Do you want to go with your heart? It's better to lead people than to take heart." The dragon smiles. "Can you two stop being so arrogant?" Meng Bai looked at them and got goosebumps. "I have immunity now." Red Fire Dragon directly ignored them. Cloud Dance. "The Black Pagoda is majestic and solemn. It is clearly dead, but it is oppressive because it has accumulated thousands of years of support. When ordinary people come here, they just have to prostrate and kowtow. But Cloud Dance is leisurely, not affected by the pressure." Her eyebrows slightly pick. The corner of her mouth raised a touch of radiance, vaguely excited. Thinking of the other half of the ancient light in her hand, she smiles. This place seems to be more worthy of the ancient light than Sun Qianling's secret room. If it's still in the Dragon Clan, it's the most possible here. She stood not far from the entrance and concentrated her energy in the exploration tower. Mental power patrols the pagoda. If there is one here, it is bound to find it. However, the spiritual power swam from the bottom of the pagoda to the top of the pagoda. The pagoda had nothing but grandeur and solemnity, as if it had been ransacked. Cloud Dance frown. Was it the first to get there? Yunwu quickly denied the idea. The Dragon Pagoda is equivalent to the ancestral hall of the dragon people. The 8 generations of capable dragon kings, sages and heroes of their ancestors are all worshipped here after their death. If even this can be ransacked, it will be the day of the extermination of this clan. Today, although the dragon people are in a terrible situation, it is not the time when the number of people is approaching. Soon, Yunwu thought of a possibility. Will the ancient light be sealed somewhere in the tower? If it's sealed, it can't be found by induction. Long Qingxia and others stopped at the periphery of the dragon tower and watched the Cloud Dance all the time. Looking at the stopped Cloud Dance, there was a trace of doubt in everyone's eyes. How did she stop? Meng Bai was puzzled. The Red Fire Dragon said sarcastically, "Where did you come from, and you don't even know? Don't say I know you when you go out." After a pause he joked, "Yes, you're a mouse, but it's not from the soil." Meng Bai, who was despised, had a fierce face. I'm just curious. If I don't shut up, I'll kill you. Looking at them, Long Qingxia shakes his head slightly, looks at the cloud dance with a faint worry, and then looks at Meng Bai and says, "Do you want to ask?" Meng Bai is actually curious about the dragon pagoda, but Yunwu answers to the Dragon King and wants to go in alone. At present, there is another dragon prince standing beside him. Naturally, he won't disobey the law and go in directly. But Long Qingxia opens his mouth first and gives him a good excuse. He is overjoyed. Go on, go on. Meng Bai took a look at the dragon and walked over. Can walk 2 steps, careful disposition let him stop a footstep, turn a face to doubt away. How about you also follow? Long Qingxia glanced at him, didn't speak, and put his eyes on Yunwu again. Red Fire Dragon some impatient way. You go quickly, can have what problem? You follow her to go together, anyway nobody sees. On hearing what Red Fire Dragon said, Meng Bai couldn't move his feet anymore. His mind moved and he hesitated. Red Fire Dragon a stare. Do you go after all? Is there something wrong? You two won't pit me together? Meng Bai frowned and felt something was wrong. Hearing the words, the Red Fire Dragon suddenly stepped forward, patted Meng Bai on the shoulder, and said with a smile, "In fact, it's nothing. It's just 1 by 1 thunder and 1 by 1 fire. With Ben in custody, you can have a whole body." Meng Bai is a shiver that he pats ground. Anger rubs however of stare him one eye. Then look to Cloud Dance. The line of sight is some worry. Is there anything wrong with her? You're worried my husband is still here. The Red Fire Dragon sneered, and his eyes were full of disdain. After no ancient light was found in the tour, Yunwu took out the soul guard ring and put it on her finger. It was given by the Dragon King when he promised her that it would protect her from being blown to ashes by the thunder and fire of the tower when she entered. After putting the ring on the index finger, Yunwu rushes to the entrance of the pagoda in a flash. However, she soon bumps into a thick border. When she enters, the border starts to thunder faintly. At the same time, there are smoke and heat waves at her feet. She frowns and resists. The ring seems to sense these changes. Suddenly, the blue light is booming, and all the images disappear. Yunwu takes the opportunity to enter. Meng Bai, Long Qingxia, and Red Fire Dragon saw the scene clearly. Meng Bai Mu gaped. What is this? Heaven Thunder Earth Fire Array, it's a border. Red Dragon shrugged. Oh my god, she's too good. Meng Bai did not hide his worship in his words. If he didn't take an attitude, he was afraid that the stars would come out. This kind of strength is to sit on the ground and fly up. The old man gave her the soul guard ring. Of course, you don't have to be afraid of the fire and thunder. Red Fire Dragon rolled his eyes. Long Qingxia said quietly, well, the soul ring, however powerful the wearer is, will play a greater role. The earth fire and sky thunder are all natural disasters. There is no magic to fight against it. The soul ring is a converter. Meng Bai said, do you mean that the ring changed her ability to fight against the array? Long Qingxia's deep smile. It can be said that it is. Is that right? Red Dragon is also a face of curiosity, and even some anxious. If the soul ring is really just a converter, transforming the strength of Cloud Dance, then her strength is enough to resist the thunder, earth and fire array. Is it too terrible? Don't you know what's in your own house? Meng Bai is at a loss. He doesn't know if he is really confused. You need to ask me if you want to know? Do you think everyone knows this ring? Say you are short-sighted and don't admit it. Weigh it over yourself. Red Fire Dragon roared a few words, and his temper was fierce. Meng Bai's face changed and became as ugly as eggplant. On one side, the Dragon King and the important officials of the Dragon Clan watched the Cloud Dance and easily crossed the array. Their hearts were shocked. This woman's strength was so strange. The Dragon King is surprised to see deeply. As far as he knows, no one has been able to enter the pagoda so easily for thousands of years. Meng Bai black face, Red Fire Dragon speechless. The whole scene instantly fell into a strange silence. Everyone seems to hear Meng Bai's face fell to the ground, and broken voice. Even Red Dragon, looking at his expression, felt as if he was cruel. Fortunately, Meng Bai is actually a double-faced man. If you lose this one, there will be another one. It wasn't long before he continued to laugh at Red Dragon. Then why can she get it and still use it? It's not that I'm not welcome. This time the Red Fire Dragon ignored him, moved his hands and feet, gave the dragon a look. I want to beat him. Long Qingxia nodded lazily, his eyes resting on the pagoda motionless. Now if there is any accident in the pagoda, he can rush up the next second. On the other side of the coral forest, two figures have been fighting. I ate you. Daydreaming. In the tower at this time, Yunwu found that there was no difference between what she saw and what she saw. She could see the top of the tower as soon as she looked up. After a circle on the first floor, she didn't find any abnormality. So she went to the second floor, then the third and the fourth. If you go to the dome like this, you will get nothing. At this time, Yunwu suddenly felt that little Jinbao's sleeping place in the portable space seemed not peaceful. This little guy has been sleeping in the space since he got along with her. It's no different from an egg. I didn't expect that something happened now. Is it because of the tower? After pondering for a while, Yunwu raises her eyes and releases Xia Jinbao directly. The little guy flew out of her wide sleeve and spread his body in midair. He made a zigzag appearance that a normal dragon would do and roared in the air. He thought he was very handsome and powerful. However, because of its size, Yunwu doesn't feel that it is powerful at all. On the contrary, it has a bloody face. Seeing that Yunwu was not handsome by her, she felt a little uncomfortable and swam to her cheek to express her dissatisfaction. Yunwu was so angry by it that she raised her hand to touch its tender little horn, with a trace of warmth in her indifference. Go! She can feel it likes it here. Little Jinbao didn't know whether he understood or not. He tilted his head and thought about it. Then, as soon as his eyes lit up, he began to swim excitedly in the middle of the tower. Yunwu's eyes follow its figure. Little Jinbao touches the things in the tower from time to time with its tail, beard, young horn and other parts. As long as it touches, the dazzling golden on will light up in those places. When it leaves, the golden on will ripple away in circles and flow in the wall. Before long, from the first floor to the 9th floor, the whole tower was covered with dark golden streamer. Looking at in front of my eyes, Cloud Dance's eyes appear a little surprised. What's the matter? And little Jinbao was still very excited, sometimes murmuring, sometimes hovering, under the golden light. Yunwu suddenly felt that this place belonged to it. Although Yunwu couldn't understand what it was saying, it seemed to be talking to something in the tower. These things are attached to the walls, floors and stone pillars of the tower. Little Jinbao is happy. Yunwu is a little disappointed. There is nothing in the tower. Where is the ancient light? However, looking at this tower, which is alive with gold every inch because of the appearance of Jinbao, Yunwu's mood is somewhat subtle. She can be sure that little Jinbao has a close relationship with the dragon tribe in the tower. After a little meditation, she flew to the bottom and found the right position in the center. Looking around the tower, she searched again, intending to search again. If not, then the Dragon King's words are suspicious. Yunwu is in the tower, only to see the dark golden light flow in the tower. Little Jinbao jump up and down. The atmosphere is calm, harmonious and beautiful. However, this is not the case at all. There are golden lines on the outside of the whole tower. It starts from the bottom and climbs all over the tower. It seems to be an ancient mantra. When the grain reaches the top and climbs to the Dinghai bead on the top of the tower, the bead suddenly glows and soars to the sky. Yunwu takes back her mental power, and her eyes are deeply shocked. She has such powerful power here. It seems that she wakes up because of the appearance of little Jinbao. The power contained in the golden light is very powerful. Not far from the coral forest under the tower, the two people who were fighting were attacked by the powerful pressure. They had no time to resist, so they were directly knocked to the ground. In an instant, a touch of burnt smell scattered in the strange atmosphere. After a long time, this dragon pagoda has the effect of increasing cultivation and rising from the ground. Explosion head. A face of Black Ming by waiting for two white eye strange way. Shut up if you don't know. The ragged red fire dragon was full of anger. Go back and have a look first. The prestige here is so big. I don't know what happened to the dragon's evil spirit. Long Qingxia is much closer to the pagoda than they are. Mengbai thought about the scene that Dragon Qingxia was pressed on the ground. He was very excited. Let's go and have a look. If he looks like him now, it's the funniest joke in the world. In a quarter of an hour, when Long Qingxia watched a suspected Mengbai's explosive head and a suspected red fire dragon's beggar climb back, he was really shocked. Dragon Qing evil sword eyebrow tiny pick. What did you do? Why are you okay? All of them were surprised. Long Qingxia thought a little, and his eyes fell on Mengbai. This is the power of the pagoda after awakening. Don't you know how to protect it? Why are they under attack? Mengbai's face turned black. He didn't have time to react because he came too fast. Of course he couldn't say that. Then Dragon Qing evil line of sight between the two people, finally looking at red fire dragon, pick eyebrow way. What did you do to Mengbai? Don't know why. Red fire dragon feel Dragon Qing evil eyes let him very displeased roar. Just hit a fight, what didn't do? Dragon Qing evil mouth slightly a pick, eyes turn gush banter to come. Otherwise you still want to do what? Dragon Qing evil. I'm going to roast you. The red fire dragon roared, and sparks came out of his mouth. However, before the fire came out, it turned into a red spot in the golden light. Red fire dragon's face is a capital muddle. How is this to return a responsibility? Mengbai Diju, regardless of whether he was in the same predicament or not, spared no effort to sneer. It seems that the sky is auspicious today, so it's not suitable to spray fire, ha ha ha. The red fire dragon circled in the air, angry and arrogant. However, when he saw Meng Hei's face and hairstyle, he was immediately relieved. Finally, he just snorted with disdain. Suddenly, the color of the sky changed. The three people were staring at the thick clouds in the sky, and gradually they couldn't move their eyes. In the auspicious clouds, the colorful light came out. Under the light, the golden light on the top of the tower turned into a golden dragon. Dragon's evil look is unpredictable, while Red Fire Dragon and Mengbai are surprised. Red Fire Dragon is impatient, can't help but ask away. This is exactly how? For the first time, Mengbai did not take advantage of the opportunity to ridicule, because he also wanted to know the answer to this question. He felt that if anyone here knew what the current situation was, he must be a dragon. This question, how much is the answer in Long Qingxia's heart, but he pondered for a while but said, I don't know. After a pause, the corner of his lips suddenly evoked an enigmatic smile. However, I guess people who know will come soon. At this time, the Dragon King and others who have been watching this scene from other places come quickly. They are very surprised at the auspicious clouds in the sky, and their eyes are more than surprised. Unexpectedly, it's a dragon. The Dragon King looked in the air, his tone was stuttering. Yes, it's the patron saint of the dragon people. It's been 1,000 years and it's finally here. Dragon King Badia Zheng, plop a kneel on the ground. This kneeling is not forced by strength. From the dragon tower to here, the strength is not so strong, so the kneeling of the Dragon King is completely from his heart. More than sincerity, he wanted to cry for joy. This is the patron saint that has never appeared in thousands of years. He will never admit his mistake. The rest of the dragon generals, who could resist this force, knelt down with admiration when they saw that the Dragon King and several elders were very solemn. They immediately followed the Dragon King and began to kowtow to the golden dragon. After kowtowing, the Dragon King got up and looked at the minister behind him. He was excited and calm and said, Now the patron saint of the dragon clan has finally appeared. All the elders in the dragon palace who hit the minister follow me to the dragon tower to meet the patron saint. The rest of the people wait to see him in situ. A few people with white hair and beard stood up in the crowd. They were all red and excited like the Dragon King. Congratulations to the Dragon King. The appearance of the dragon god is the beginning of the golden age. Since then, the dragon people will be protected by the patron saint. Such praise, one after another. The old Dragon King was very helpful, but he also knew the right way. He stopped them in time, and then led them to the direction of the dragon tower. When it comes to the periphery of the dragon tower, the pressure of spirit becomes stronger. Fortunately, All the people who come here are very good at cultivation and have no influence. At this time, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai have packed themselves up. When they see the Dragon King and others, their eyes look slightly changed. The reason why they were beaten by the force at the beginning was that the force came too fast, and they spent too much physical strength fighting each other. Now the power has dissipated a little, and they can compete with the pressure. Red Fire Dragon has been curious to look at the tower. In the distance to see the Dragon King came, asked, "What's the matter with this tower? Why is it that as soon as the master goes in, he makes a big splash?" Although he cleared up the frame, he still couldn't speak to the Dragon King as his father. The Dragon King went to the Red Fire Dragon. His face was slightly angry and said, "The dragon shows its spirit. You dare to run around. Have you learned all the etiquette in vain? Don't kneel outside the tower yet." Red Fire Dragon has just been beaten, arrogant, frustrated, listen to kneel. Immediately eyebrow a horizontal, but he well grasped the Dragon King words in the key. What is the dragon? Smell speech, Dragon King facial expression thoroughly green come down. When you studied before, didn't you learn this in the first class? For thousands of years, there are not many people in the Dragon Clan who know about the legend of guarding the dragon, but members of the royal family have this in their compulsory schoolwork. Take studies, I'm not rare. The Red Fire Dragon gave a cold hum. You. The Dragon King pointed to the Red Fire Dragon. Wanted to fight but didn't fight hard. Finally, he was annoyed by the Red Fire Dragon's disdain. With a wave of his hand, he wanted to fight. Don't be angry on this day of great joy. Behind the elders, the officers and men quickly stopped, while gently persuading the Dragon King. At the same time, they winked at the Red Fire Dragon. The Dragon King also felt that on this happy day, he put down his palm and saw that his knees were stained with a large piece of fine sand. He also believed that he had not profaned the spirit, and his anger was gone. So he followed the crowd to the tower. Red Fire Dragon cold voice a smile. Hundreds of years did not discipline me, now I just don't eat your set. Hearing the words, the Dragon King's back was stiff, but he didn't speak any more. He turned and disappeared in the tower. When the dragon people enter the pagoda, Long Qingxia and Meng Bai follow behind the team. Someone finds them, but they don't say much, let alone stop them. Meng Bai patted the Red Fire Dragon on the shoulder and said with a smile, "Unexpectedly, the one who should be beaten was not beaten. It seems that the dragon is really the patron saint of your dragon family." Red Fire Dragon's face turned black and roared, "Shut the hell up for me." Long Qingxia glanced at him casually, and suddenly said in a very cold and solemn way, "Be careful with your words and actions." Perhaps it was forced by the dragon's evil spirit, or infected by the atmosphere. Red Fire Dragon glared at Meng Bai and shut up. Meng Bai also touched his nose, no longer smelling him. After Jing Guangyao's eyes, the border disappeared and the group went in very smoothly. However, as soon as they entered the door, almost everyone was shocked by what they saw. In the center of the first floor of the pagoda, the clouds of purple clothes and ink hair are dancing and sitting cross-legged. The robe is windless and automatic, and the whole body is emitting a very soft golden light. Yes, Jingguang. The kind that lingers on the top of the dragon palace. And in her arms, she is looking forward to a golden dragon. Her eyes are round and soft. She wants to hide in the clouds and look at the people in front of her curiously with soft eyes. At this moment, the Dragon King's attention is not on the young dragon. There's no way. Even if it's the guardian god, it's easy to ignore the young posture. The cloud dance with holy light made him feel a little shocked. What kind of woman is she? In fact, at this moment, it's not only the Dragon King who has such questions in his mind, but also the group of elders and soldiers who follow him. A woman, who was able to unify the top of the desert, has now brought their dragon guardian god, the golden dragon. In everyone's heart, a feeling of reverence rose. After this silence lasted for a while, the Dragon King held his sleeve flat in front of his eyes and leaned slightly toward the direction of cloud dance. The 135th Dragon King of the Dragon Clan, with all the people in the Dragon Palace, welcomes the guardian dragon. The people behind him also bowed down. Welcome the return of the guardian dragon. Bruce Lee stares and looks curious, and Yunwu finally comes back. She will play tired nest in her arms of small treasure gently push said. Go someone kneel down for you. You do not hurry to shout free? Before they came in, the dragon scroll had already given her a message from her mind when the golden light was flashing. That's the identity of little Jinbao. Although I don't understand why I didn't respond to the first encounter with little Jinbao Tornado, now it is really the patron saint of the dragon clan. Jinbao seemed to understand and soared into the air. Then they circled around the heads of the people who were crawling on the ground, and finally they bumped back into Yunwu's arms. This little fellow. Cloud danced some helpless slightly frown. Looking at the intimacy between Jinlong and Yunwu, the Dragon King was stunned. After leading the crowd up, the Dragon King pondered and asked, This little golden dragon. It's called Jinbao. Without waiting for the Dragon King to finish, Yunwu interrupted him, and then Lu Mei slightly picked out. However, old Dragon King, I also have a question. I want to ask you first about Jinbao. Let's talk about it later. Jinbao, what a name! The Dragon King looked at Jinbao, who was already on the top of Yunwu's head, and was very close to her. He looked puzzled and surprised, but he said, If you have any questions, please let me know. The ancient light is not here. I don't know where the Dragon King thinks it is possible to hide the ancient light. What she said is hiding. It's self-evident. The Dragon King's face changed slightly. After a long time he sighed. I really know the whereabouts of the ancient light. Cloud Dance lips cape same, peep out to put on a sneer. Where? I knew that the old man had a ghost in his heart, and he had to ask her to come to the site. When the Dragon King heard the words, he was silent for a long time. Finally, he waved away the other members of the Dragon Clan. After confirming that there was no outsider, he took off the dragon crown and took a deep look. What you want is in the dragon crown. Cloud Dance looking at dragon crown. Phoenix how tiny am I? Now why tell me? To tell you the truth, the patron saint of the dragon clan hasn't appeared for thousands of years. It's all because of the girl. For this reason, why not give you the ancient light? In fact, how could ancient light be handed over so easily? It was handed down by the ancestors of the dragon people. However, the guardian dragon of the dragon clan, old Dragon King, I didn't expect you to make such a big circle, and now you are willing to tell the truth. Cloud Dance heart sneer. A pair of beautiful eyes looking at the Dragon King. How could he guess what the old man was thinking? I'm afraid he would say that the light of ancient times was all because of the little treasure in her arms. However, little Jinbao has been sleeping since she lost too much blood last time. Now when she comes to the dragon tribe, she wakes up in the dragon tower. Moreover, she can obviously feel that little Jinbao is very comfortable with the dragon's bad situation. The Dragon King hears the speech, but does not smile the language, that deep certain flash a shrewd. Yunwu didn't go around with him and said, Now that the guardian beast of the dragon clan has appeared, can you give me the ancient light? Although Yunwu said it politely, the Dragon King was not allowed to advance or retreat. Well, the Dragon King nodded quickly, took off the crown and handed it to Yunwu. Then his hands quickly made several yellow fingerprints. The floating crown suddenly lights up, and a bright and dazzling golden light appears in front of people's eyes. The golden light twinkles, the thorny clouds dance, the eyes ache, and the willow eyebrows are tightly wrinkled together. Yunwu endures the dazzling light, and holds the golden light in the palm of her hand with a wave of her hand. Take it. After drinking angrily, the golden light gradually disappeared, and the hand of Cloud Dance turned, and the ancient light had been brought into the space by Cloud Dance. When the light of ancient times came, the stone in Yunwu's heart was finally put down. Grandfather is trapped in the Beast Clan. Only by collecting 5 natural elements can he save his family and really destroy the Beast Clan for revenge. Thank you very much. Cloud Dance hands clasping fist. The Dragon King's brow is locked, and the deep Longan looks at Yunwu. It seems that he has something to say to Yunwu. Old Dragon King, if you have something to say, don't falter. Our Cloud Dance is very good. With a smile, the dragon reaches into Yunwu's waist and holds her in his arms. Where is your hand? Cloud Dance clenched his teeth in a low voice and gave Long Qingxia a straight look. The powder fist thumped him heavily on his chest and made him gasp. This man is becoming less and less serious. I'm your man, do it gently. Long Qingxia murmured discontentedly, but he still covered his chest and stepped aside. Dragon King, tell me what you want. Cloud Dance ignores the dragon to pour evil. Lift Mao of looking at the Dragon King to ask away. The Dragon King raised his head and gazed with complex eyes from Yunwu's arms. Jinbao, who was playing in the air, had a rare gentle and kind look, just like looking at his own children. Seeing the look of the Dragon King, the Cloud Dance stood upright. There was a slight arc in the corner of his mouth. The light of ancient times has arrived, but I'm not in a hurry. It depends on what else he wants to play. Yunwu's figure is slim and well-proportioned, and with an extremely charming and indifferent cheek. Her posture is straight and charming, straight and green silk pours down, and the dragon pours evil saliva. After a long time, the Dragon King reluctantly turned around and pointed to the sky. It's called Jinbao, isn't it? Well, Cloud Dance nods indifferently. Miss Yun, this Jinbao is the guardian beast of our dragon clan that has been waiting for thousands of years. I don't know if it can. Well, Leng Yan frowned slightly. Yunwu watched the Dragon King waiting for him. The Dragon King took a long breath, and his eyes were slightly praying. The Dragon King was so forced by the Cloud Dance. It's really, but the Dragon King was still cruel and said, Miss Yin, I don't know if I can agree to let little Jinbao stay in the dragon family. When he said this, the Dragon King looked at Yunwu quietly for fear that she would refuse. Smell speech. A few people's faces on the scene are all slightly a change. Yunwu just wanted to open his mouth, but Long Qingxia pulled Yunwu's weak arm, raised the evil spirit in the corner of his mouth, looked at the Dragon King, and said with a smile, Old Dragon King, you used to tease us first, but now you have to take Jinbao away from my daughter-in-law. That's your fault. It's shameless. Red Fire Dragon also gave a sneer. The old Dragon King is his father's self-consciousness. Red Fire Dragon obviously not enough. The old Dragon King's face was flushed by his words. This bastard, but the reason for the dragon's heresy is that the Dragon King can't refute it. Dragon King, I really appreciate that you give me the ancient light, but you tease us first, and I'm afraid it's unreasonable that Jinbao follows me. The beautiful face of Cloud Dancing is getting colder and colder. The Dragon King gives her the light of ancient times. This is a deal. Yunwu is a person with a clear sense of gratitude and resentment. She hates being teased by others most. Even the Dragon King is no exception. Seeing the bleak faces in front of him, the Dragon King frowned and clenched his teeth. Well, only if you can promise Jinbao to stay, I'll take you to my Dragon Kingdom. The secret place of the dragon people? Where is that? Cloud Dance looks around all the people, and Long Qingxia and Meng Bai are also at a loss. Looking at the face of the Dragon King, the secret place of the Dragon Clan should not disappoint her. The secret place of the dragon people? Only the Red Fire Dragon was startled and looked at the Dragon King with incredible eyes. His face was a little self-mocking and said, Well, I'm a member of the dragon family, and I'm also your son, but I've never entered the secret place of the dragon family. It's a great joke. But the Dragon King glanced at him. He was a little depressed when Red Fire Dragon said this. He's his father. He's always tearing down his platform. What's more, even his son can't enter the secret place of the Dragon Clan. Not to mention that he made a scene hundreds of years ago. Red Fire Dragon. What is this dragon's secret place? Cloud Dance looks at Red Fire Dragon. The secret place of the dragon nationality is the treasure of the dragon nationality. It is one of the most important places of the dragon nationality. It contains treasures left by the Dragon Kings and the peak predecessors of the dragon nationality. Red Fire Dragon said and added, But I have never been. Red Fire Dragon finished. The pair of hide some resentment like straight look at the old Dragon King, which contains a trace of anger and dissatisfaction. Cough. The Dragon King did not dare to face the Red Fire Dragon's eyes. He turned his head and looked at Yunwu. I promise that as long as Jinbao stays, you can take 3 treasures at will in the dragon's secret place. Of course, only one Cloud Dancer. Seeing the fiery eyes of Meng Bai and others, The Dragon King quickly added. Cut, be careful. The Dragon King is so stingy. Red Fire Dragon and Meng by two people in the heart is not balanced, whispered a few words. Long Qingxia picked up his eyebrows and raised a radian at the corner of his mouth, which seemed to be the evil spirit that he despised. The old Dragon King's face flashed red and depressed again. Don't make any noise. Cloud Dance has been silent, looking up. Jinlong's figure is elegant and free, with a look of enjoyment, which is in sharp contrast to the coldness of Cloud Dance. Jinbao likes the Dragon Pagoda. She can feel it all the time. It's really better here than sleeping in her space. Cloud Dance slightly thought for a while, light nod. I promise you from now on, we all don't owe who clear. As soon as the Dragon King's eyebrows were picked, a surprise flashed across his eyes, and then he nodded desperately. The excitement in my heart is obvious. Let's go. Where to? The Dragon King looked blankly at the Cloud Dancing back. The figure slightly Emile, Cloud Dance turns round. Didn't have good spirit of looked at the Dragon King one eye. Dragon clandestine. Yes, come with me. The Dragon King followed. Out of the Dragon Tower, the Dragon King did not forget to order his servants to entertain Long Qingxia and others. As a result, Red Fire Dragon and Meng Bai despised him again. Is this for fear that they will be shameless? Yunwu follows the Dragon King to the back garden, where cherry blossoms are in full bloom and the lake is clear, but Yunwu is not in the mood to enjoy the scenery. Is this the secret place of the dragon people? Here. Looking at Yunwu's puzzled and indifferent eyes, the Dragon King nodded and motioned to Yunwu not to worry. His hands changed quickly. It seems that he didn't want Cloud Dance to see clearly. Just when Yunwu wants to cast a silent look. Boom. A rockery in front of him suddenly roared and opened to both sides, revealing a fluorescent channel. Yunwu's eyes narrowed slightly. He didn't expect that the secret place of the Dragon Clan was hidden in the back garden. The old Dragon King was really cunning. Please, the Dragon King made a please sign. Cloud mouth slightly yawned. Under the leadership of the Dragon King into the underground secret road. The underground secret road is crystal clear, which seems to be carved from a whole piece of fluorspar. The ancient prestige spreads from the deep. Good place. Cloud Dance can't help but have some expectations. It's not difficult to judge the value of the secret place, just by the breath full of ancient prestige. Yu Guang finds that the Dragon King seems to be in a bad mood at the moment. He looks sad and leads the way without saying a word. The more you go in, the bigger the space becomes, and finally you come to an open space. On the open space, there are many fluorescent stone pillars. Yunwu found that there was one thing on each fluorescent column. Judging from the breath alone, it was a valuable treasure. Well, no matter what, you can only choose 3. The Dragon King warned that it was not so much a warning as a warning. I don't know if I heard what the Dragon King said. Yunwu nodded his chin intentionally or unintentionally, and went forward to select the items. Don't be too lucky, my aunt. Cloud Dance behind the Dragon King drooping face, looking at the back of Cloud Dance silently pray. The old man is quite good. He hides behind himself. Cloud Dance Yu Guang suppress Sea Dragon King. In the heart not from secretly scold I intended to judge the goods by the Dragon King, but the old guy was hiding behind. Yunwu had to choose by luck. Hong Yan's small mouth suddenly slightly hook up. Yunwu came up with a way to lift the slender white arm, and touch it every time. The Dragon King's eyes were beating with Cloud Dance's arm. But no matter how Yunwu touched, the Dragon King's face remained unchanged. He secretly looked back at the Dragon King, which made Yunwu feel a little depressed. The old man's determination is too good, so provocative look is still calm. Cloud Dance, just about to take back eyes, suddenly stopped in mid-air, beautiful eyes tightly staring at a ruby bottle not far away. This breath. Yunwu can feel it. Part of the previous prestige comes from the crystal red bottle. With gentle steps, Yunwu can't help walking towards the bottle. Don't go. Don't go, the Dragon King finally couldn't help but prayed with a bitter face. But the fact is often not as people would like. Yunwu raised his arm, carefully picked up the jade bottle. Dragon King, what's in this bottle? Cloud Dance asked. You had to ask away. Haha. This, the Dragon King deliberately made his eyes gentle, but he intentionally or unintentionally glanced at the ruby bottle on Yunwu's thin hand, and his wrinkled old face suddenly sweated. The items here are all left over by our ancestors. I don't know what they are for, but it doesn't seem to be of great use. The Dragon King definitely nodded, but his tone was obviously weak. This old Dragon King still want to play with her, right? Yunwu sneered in his heart, but said in a loud voice, although this bottle is plain, the more common it is, the more precious it is. Don't you think so? Haha, I can't say that. My Huanglongjing. The Dragon King did not finish. Cloud Dance's charming smile turned the hand into the space. It turns out that this bottle is filled with Huanglongjing. I'm sorry you said it earlier. Yunwu, this Huanglongjing is refined from the essence and blood of our dragon ancestors. It is used to strengthen weapons and make them contain the power of the dragon. It's not good for the practitioners. You better take another one. Coincidentally, I happen to have a satisfactory weapon. Dragon King. My aunts and grandmothers, this is the legacy of our ancestors. You'd better take another one. The Dragon King was crying. It seemed that he was about to cry. Glancing at the Dragon King, the Cloud danced coquettishly with an evil smile on his cheek. Sorry, it's called self-accusation, just it. The Dragon King. With his feet moving, Yunwu wanders leisurely, regardless of the cry of the Dragon King. After a while, Yunwu's sight was once again attracted by a fluorescent crystal, and his steps moved towards the crystal unconsciously. Women are born with no resistance to crystal beautiful things. Holding the crystal in the palm of the hand, a warm current instantly flows along the arm to the whole body, making the Cloud dance unspeakable comfortable. This is Yulongjing. Wearing it at any time can not only strengthen the muscles and bones, but also have a certain auxiliary effect on healing. Without waiting for Yunwu to ask, the Dragon King took the initiative to introduce. Yulongjing? It's a bit of a drag, just you. See Cloud dance to silt Dragon Crystal away. Dragon King old cheek show bitter, helpless shake his head. Let's go. Yunwu put away the silting Dragon Crystal and turned to walk out. Ah, that's the choice? I'll give you face with two things. I'll treat my treasure better in the future. Don't treat it badly, and remember the agreement between us. Cloud dance had also don't return, straight outward walk. In fact, she didn't take the third one. She hoped that the Dragon King would know that she was not greedy enough to exchange these for little Jinbao. The Dragon King was overjoyed and promised again and again, not only to improve food and water for the top of the desert. Once the clouds dance, the useful place will help. Out of the dragon's secret place, the sky is dark. Night quietly shrouded the earth. The Dragon King specially held a dinner for Yunwu and others. The Dragon Hall is resplendent. The Dragon King sits in the chief, flanked by Cloud Dance and Dragon's evil spirits. This dinner can be described as extremely rich. Mengbai and Red Dragon, regardless of the image, jumped on the big table and gobbled up. Cloud Dance looked at the table full of delicacies, just casually eat a little. Dragon King, I have something to ask. Miss Yun has something to do, but it doesn't hurt to say so. The Dragon King's smiling face may be red after drinking some wine. The Dragon King knows the heart of the wind. The flower of rattan, the heart of the wind. As soon as the words came out, the Dragon King's face suddenly solidified, and everyone stopped their actions and looked at the Cloud dance. The atmosphere was frightfully quiet for a moment. What? Is it hidden in a forbidden area or pagoda? I don't know. Cloud dance eyebrows a pick, but gradually cold eyes down, staring at the crowd. Miss Yin misunderstood. Seeing this, the Dragon King explained. I don't know about the rattan flower, but I do know the heart of the wind. It's just that the place is not for the dragon people. I'm sorry, I can't help it. It can't be a forbidden area. Don't you treat my Cloud dance as a fool? Long Qingxia put down the tableware in his hand, and the evil spirit's cold smile made the originally cold air a little colder. Cloud dance tacit understanding with Dragon Qing evil look at each other. Immediately, Signal Dragon King continued to say, I am an ancient race with the Phoenix people, and the dragon people hold the light of ancient times. The heart of wind is in the Phoenix people, but the Dragon people and the Phoenix people are feuds, so. Blinked, the Dragon King did not continue to say. The Phoenix family? Tiantian thin hands play chess green silk, Cloud Dance fell into meditation. What the Dragon King said is true. Both the dragon and the phoenix are ancient races. Water and fire are not compatible. If the heart of wind is really in the phoenix, there will be some trouble. Little thing, do you think this old man will play with us again? But he has played us once if Wu. Long Qingxia approaches Yunwu, sniffs Yunwu's faint fragrance, but is blocked by a chicken leg of Yunwu. Long Qingxia didn't get angry. Instead, he picked up the drumsticks and chewed them slowly. In his mouth, he said, the drumsticks given by his daughter-in-law are fragrant. Cloud Dance helpless eyes White Dragon Qing evil one eye. Did not continue to pay attention to. Instead, he discussed with the Dragon King. Dragon King, I have no communication with the Phoenix family. If I go there rashly, it will cause hostility of the Phoenix family. Can I help you? In fact, the little stink is from the Phoenix family, but it's only half-blood. Of course, if we can ask the dragon people to help, the problem will be much easier. I'm sorry, I can't help you this time. The Dragon King apologized and said with a smile. The dragon people have their own ethnic difficulties, and Yunwu doesn't want to make others feel aggrieved. After the dinner, Yunwu returns to his room and sits around with Red Fire Dragon, Mengbai, Long Qingxia and Shengguan. Cloud Dance, the Phoenix clan is not as polite as the Dragon clan. Are you sure? Learning that Yunwu is going to the territory of the Phoenix nationality, Red Fire Dragon is the first to jump out. Although I've escaped from the Dragon clan for hundreds of years, I've heard a little about the Phoenix clan. The Phoenix clan is arrogant and arrogant. It's not good for you to go there so rashly. The heart of the wind is in the Fenghuang clan. It's inevitable to go to the Fenghuang clan. However, don't worry about it. It's a big deal. I'll kill them and have them barbecued at that time. Long Qingxia poured a cup of tea for Yunwu with an evil cold smile. Barbecue? When did this man talk so crazy? It's a bit of an accident. Cloud Dance can't help glancing at the dragon. The dragon threw a bewitching eye, a look you know. Cloud Dance white eyes, he picked up the cup, gently sipped a small mouth, said, Want to open the boundary of 10,000 beasts. The heart of the wind is the potential, big deal to hard. Really can't we steal? It's not us, it's you. Pay attention to the words. Hearing this, Mengbai jumped up and said in a loud voice. Obviously for him, the last stealing was very profound. Mengbai is right. Dragon Qingxia suddenly stood up at the moment, his face rarely serious, and said in a deep voice, My heart has been stolen by my little things. It's not hard to steal another wind heart. Say Dragon Qing evil close to Cloud Dance. Do Qi mouth want to do something? Yunwu's face turned red. Pop. Go away. It was a slap in the face to meet the dragon's evil spirit. Of course she knew it without exertion. Mingming was slapped in the face, but the dragon was intoxicated with evil, and the extremely evil and charming Sabao attracted the disdainful eyes of Red Fire Dragon and Mengbai. It's all scattered. A group of big men are around my room. I'm not ashamed. Oh easy. Xiaowu, there is still one in it. Cloud Dance leads Red Fire Dragon and Mengbai and throws them out directly. Shengguan and Nangongyi come out consciously, but Shengguan shouts in a hurry. In the room, the Cloud Dance is charming. Looking back at the dragon, the corners of the mouth are smiling. Dragon Qing evil a sudden appearance. Don't you do it, I'll do it myself. A burst of energy fluctuation. Dragon Qing evil figure through the door path straight door fly out. Puff. The night was cool and the breeze was blowing. Yunwu, who has always been indifferent and coquettish, smiles at the moment and looks at the dragon's evil disappearing in the dark. With a complicated look, she shakes her head and closes the door. The next morning, there was a glimmer of light in the sky. Beside the green bamboo forest, Cloud Dance led the people to say goodbye to the dragon family. Dragon King Jinbao, please. If I find it wronged here, I can't get around you. Cloud Dance looks at the Dragon King coldly, but it doesn't mean to kill him. Yunwu gently touches the golden dragon in the palm of his hand and slowly hands it to the Dragon King. Lung Jun's face doesn't fluctuate at all. No one finds it, but there is a trace of tenderness in Lung Yan's eyes. The Dragon King nodded seriously with a firm expression. Don't worry, Jinbao will protect the beast for our dragon family. Even if I lose my life, Jinbao won't be hurt at all. Well, let's go. Free and easy turnaround. Cloud Dance signal Meng Bai and Long Qingxie and others to follow. In the end is afraid of the little guy will not give up. Cloud Dance, don't you wait for Red Fire Dragon? Meng Bai asked. No, this is its home. At the beginning he made a contract with Red Fire Dragon in order to protect the Cloud family. But now the Cloud family has been destroyed by the Beast Gate, and Red Fire Dragon has returned to its own clan. There is no need to force it to follow her and become her contract beast. But, all right. The throat wriggles gently, and Meng Bai swallows what he wants to say. But next second, hello. Stop for me. The roar of Red Fire Dragon resounds through the bamboo forest. Cloud Dance only feel the light flashed a shadow, back to God. Red Fire Dragon standing in front of the crowd, eyes staring round. Yunwu, what do you mean you want to abandon me? Abandon? Is this sentence suitable for this time? Cloud Dance's soul-stirring crescent eyes gaze at the Red Fire Dragon, with a flat tone. This is your home. Now that the problem has been solved, there is no need to fart. I'm not rare. For so many years, I've been used to the vagrant life without home. Don't try to dump me. I'll depend on you. Hum. With a cold hum, the Red Fire Dragon strode straight past Yunwu. I can't understand the meaning more. Cloud Dance willow eyebrows slightly a pick, indifferent eyes gradually more a layer of hazy. Cloud Dance doesn't know that the Red Fire Dragon can completely break away from itself and enjoy glory and wealth in the Dragon Clan. But now hello Red Dragon. What do you want me to do? I'll follow you as soon as I say. Don't try to dump me. Hum. The pace is natural and unrestrained. The Red Fire Dragon head also does not return. Both hands put behind the head to walk straight. A smile flashed across Cloud Dance's cold face. Red Fire Dragon. Don't make a noise. Uncle Ben said. You've gone backwards. Meng Bai couldn't help but feel his nose in a small voice. Red Fire Dragon. Shit. If I hadn't said that earlier, which side? Pwai. The jade hand covered her mouth and snickered. Yunwu's bright and clear eyes were more charming like the bright moon. Pointing to the side. I want to go to the top of the desert again before I leave. What are you laughing at? Is Uncle Ben funny? You complain. White Cloud Dance one eye. Red Fire Dragon one horse lead to walk in front. Let's go. Cloud Dance has returned to its former cool, and everyone is finally leaving the dragon family. However, Situlan said that he had something to return to mainland China. In the end, this place is not suitable for human beings. As for Nanganji, since he asked for the knight to come with him, it was necessary to send her away and meet with Yunwu on the top of the desert. So, praying for the night, Nanganji, Situlan and the group of people in black left first, and went to the transmission array on the top of the desert to return to the mainland of China. And Cloud Dance and Dragon, Meng Bai, Red Fire Dragon, Shengguan then leave the dragon and go to the top of the desert. The continuous sand wall disappeared at the end along the sand dune. Standing under the city wall, the clouds once again felt the majestic magnificence of the sand city. Although the outside of the city wall looks desolate and full of people, only the long yellow sand, the other side of the city wall is really another scene. Come on, let's go into town. Outside Shaching, yellow sand covered the sky, and several dark shadows loomed through the sandstorm. A fully armed caravan with gauze scarf is walking out of Huangsha. Outside the city gate, the closed stone gate makes a heavy noise, and slowly opens to welcome the caravan. A few people in the back, please come in quickly, the sandstorm is coming. After the caravan entered the city, the soldiers guarding the city yelled at the cloud. The wind and sand whistling outside the city is getting louder and louder, just like the thunder and gasp of a giant beast. Yunwu immediately waved to the crowd and ran into the gate quickly. Miss Yin? A guard in the city pointed to the cloud and exclaimed. Then all the guards gathered. In an instant, nearly 100 bodyguards gathered at the gate of the city, which could only hold dozens of people, Do you know me? Of course I do. Now on the top of the desert, who doesn't know you? Moreover, thanks to you, our people on the top of the desert have a good life. The bodyguard was very excited, and his eyes were moist. This can Cloud dance around dizzy. What is because she just had a good life? You don't know. A few days ago, the arrogant dragon people took the initiative to deliver food and water to Shacheng. According to the dragon people, they were ordered by Miss Yin. Yes, and other cities on the top of the desert also get food and water, thanks to Miss Yinwu. The bodyguard around explained. Yinwu understood that the efficiency of the dragon people is very high. I finally got into the city. Little thing, you are very welcome here. Longqing Evil Sour Road. In fact, he knew that this woman, no matter what aspect, is becoming more and more outstanding, but they are all very attractive. Are you jealous? Cloud dance rare charming white one eye. The corner of the mouth outlines smile not smile way. I like your icy temperament. Dragon Qing Evil Spirit a hook lips, shameless thumbs up. Red Fire Dragon and Mingbai were speechless, and Shangguan's eyes were cold. Shameless, really shameless. Show love also did not see so shameless. I look disgusted. Let's go quickly to avoid being disgusted. Mingbaila takes the Red Fire Dragon to escape from the land of right and wrong behind him. It's more and more disgusting for the dragon to pour out evil. You. The clouds danced in silence. But when he saw an innocent dragon, Yunwu couldn't help but want to make a fist and wave a fist at his handsome face. How can she not understand this man's mind? Recently he is more and more careful. It seems that I'm afraid other men don't know. Every time, I'm especially tired and crooked in front of others. Sometimes for this man's careful eye, Yunwu really doesn't know whether to cry or laugh. You play as you like. Yunwu glanced at him and followed him. Little things, wait for my husband. What's the fun of being alone? Why don't you accompany me? If you dare to say something indecent, I'll break your teeth. Yunwu's face was red, and his powder fist hit the left face of Longqingxi heavily. This man is more and more I'm sick. It doesn't hurt at all. Do you feel sorry for your husband? When you are angry, you like the way you are angry. Longqingxia's eyes narrowed and stared at Yunwu for a while. Regardless of Yunwu's body shaking violently in anger, he reached out to hook Yunwu's chin. Dragon. Believe it or not. I've ruined you. Cloud dance a burst of anger. Clap open Dragon Qing evil provocative fingers. Letter, but I still like it. The dragon tilts evil spirit to smile. Frivolous finger has already crossed Cloud dance that crimson small face. It seems that I like to see her angry and embarrassed. I feel very comfortable and happy. The cloud dances, the eye ground sinks, but the corner of the mouth lifts up a touch of radiance. Is that right? Then I'll see how much you like. With a turn of the hand, the murderous spirit rushes to summon the great sword of ancient martial arts. The huge on of the sword sweeps across the dragon mercilessly. Bang bang. The dust is all over the sky and the knife is everywhere. In front of the Red Fire Dragon and Mingbai shoulder to shoulder walking, back to the hair, now Cloud dance and Dragon evil fight. Two people are looking at each other. Shangguan glanced at him, but he also gave him a gloomy and speechless white look. They are really energetic. The happy couple. Red Fire Dragon helplessly shakes his head. It's better for me to be free. We'd better go, the province will be affected. No, I haven't seen enough of it yet. Mingbai, an excited spirit, pulls the Red Fire Dragon forward quickly. I don't know how long it took. The hot sun is fading away, and the dusk is quietly enveloping the whole evil city. Uhu. A burst of breath. Cloud dance kneeling on the ground, chest ups and downs. An afternoon of fighting early to let Cloud dance sweat. Next time you're so frivolous, you'll feel better. The black-green silk is soft, and Yunwu watches the dragon's every move through her hair. Compared with the Cloud dance, the dragon looks much better, sitting on a big rock panting. During this period, Cloud dance has been taking the initiative to attack, and Longqingxia has spent an afternoon relying on his elegant body method, which also makes Longqingxia have physical strength and more unrestrained words. Don't stop, go on. Let me love you when you have no strength. You looking at the dragon with evil spirits laughing. The cloud dances around the corner of his mouth. This dead man no strength. Seeing that Yunwu didn't move at all, Long Qingxia stood up slowly, with a mysterious and evil smile on his face, and walked towards Yunwu step by step. No strength, just right, love you for my husband. No one found it not far away from a stone roof. Through the pale moonlight, you can see a black figure, like a javelin straight, but the whole body reveals a lazy atmosphere, which is very illusory, despises the face, and is very mysterious under the desolate moonlight. Long Qingxia, do you really think I dare not kill you? In front of Li's forehead, Yunwu stands up slowly, holding the ancient martial arts sword. Her gorgeous eyes are burning with anger, looking at the slowly coming dragon Qingxia. Today, the dead man took the wrong medicine? With a sly smile, Long Qingxia put down his momentum and gently pinched Yunwu's smooth cheek. You little thing, it's really wrong. If you really want to kill me, why do you know that I was forced to marry and risked my life to save me? The eyes are opposite. Long Qingxia is very close. Yunwu can even feel the strange smell of Long Qingxia. Pa, no serious. Cloud Dance a clap to open his that do mouth gather to come over of lip, depressed of glanced at him. After touching a fragrant sweat on his forehead, Yunwu Ihui put away the ancient sword and turned around to leave. Where are you going? Go. The night at the top of the desert is very dangerous. I don't allow you to run around. It hurts me. Dragon Qing Evil Longfoot a span, instantly pulled the arm of Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance but at the foot of a move, elegant to turn away from the hand of Dragon Qing Evil. Beautiful eyes slightly squint. Smile at Dragon Qing Evil. You haven't been right all day. If you want to take the opportunity to vent your jealousy, believe it or not, I'll throw you into the vinegar jar. You little thing, it's no fun to break it. Long Qingxia shrugs. Do you think it's fun if I play with you? Cloud Dance said, hand a turn, just put away of the ancient martial arts big knife suddenly again vacate. However, this time, the breath of Cloud Dance was obviously a little cold. How can Long Qingxia not understand that if he continues to make trouble without reason, he will probably annoy this little woman? In the distance, the figure on the stone house suddenly shakes, and his hands around his chest are also put down. The lazy breath is replaced by dignification, and his eyes are firmly fixed on the ancient sword in Yunwu's hand. This knife is interesting. Shadow deep sneer a few, hands around the chest. Once again restored the lazy breath. Well, I'm wrong. I'm not kidding you. Long Qingxia raised his hand with a helpless look that he knew he was wrong. Once the hand is turned over, Yunwu takes back the ancient sword. However, the next moment, her gorgeous cheeks slightly changed, a cold murderous gas from the eyes scattered. Like a sharp knife, pointing directly at the shadow of the moon not far away. Enough of that. Green silk is windless and automatic, and clouds dance. A dignified look appears on her beautiful face, and her momentum slowly rises. It's time to show up after being furtive for so long. Dragon Qing Evil mouth a hook, along with the Cloud Dance's eyes to see, secret smile way. In this peep down, can want to pay the price of bleeding. Listen to that tone. As if they had already found someone. In the dark, the figure put down his hands and raised his mouth slightly. It was found that there was no need to continue to hide. A dark shadow flashed. In the twinkling of an eye, a black-robed man stands in front of Yunwu and Long Qingxia. His breath is not clear, but they have a common feature. Evil. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so careless that I disturb you. I'm really sorry. With that, she clasped her hands and bowed slightly. Who are you? Why are you spying on us? Cloud Dance doesn't want to joke. Beautiful eyes closely watch every move of Shadow. Dark Shadow laughs a few times. He can't feel it. The momentum of Cloud Dance and Dragon's evil is rising, and the Dragon's evil is directly showing its murderous spirit. Yunwu, how long have you not seen me? Have you forgotten me? Said the Shadow, slowly taking off his black cloak. Smell speech, Cloud Dance and Dragon pour evil all is a facial expression tiny heavy. Eyes can't help but gather on black robe face. Under the black robe, an extremely handsome face, with a faint woman-like smile and mysterious eyes, is a beautiful man. It's just that the mysterious smell of him is uncomfortable. It's you. Cloud Dance surprised eyebrow tiny pick. Standing upright in a black robe, the evil breath of knowing dragon Qingxia diffused in an instant. The man in front of him was not the leader of the 10 cities on the top of the desert. It's just, why do I feel so different when I see him today? However, Cloud Dance still faded its momentum and intention of killing, and slightly raised her lips with a polite smile. Cloud Dance, who is he? Long Qingxia frowned tightly, and his fierce eyes swept over the man, which made his momentum and killing intention more fierce. He is the leader of 10 cities on the top of the desert. As for his name, I don't know very well. Speaking of this man, she really didn't know much about him, especially today's breath was obviously different from that before. It's the owner of the top of the desert. It looks like it's not bad. Why didn't I see you when I returned to the top of the desert? Long Qingxia said with a smile, his hands behind him, and his expression could not see any difference. However, Yunwu was obviously jealous. White dragon, poor evil one eye. Cloud Dance eyes turned to the man, smile. Thank you for your help before. Don't know what your name is? Cloud Dance clear bright beautiful eye sunlight of looking at this man in front of. He has helped many times, but he appears again at this time. It seems that it is not so simple to think about it. The mysterious man blinked, looked up at the knight, and then said, Haha, you call me knight for the time being. Knight. Cloud Dance embroiders eyebrow to pout. This calls a name? Is that the answer? It is obvious that the man in front of him intentionally conceals his name, or his life experience, which makes Yunwu feel that the man in front of him is more mysterious. Knight? Why don't you call a dog? Long Qingxia's face was always wearing a smile of evil spirit, looking straight at the knight. Haha, this brother is so humorous. Don't be so close. I warn you that if you plot against my women, I will make you regret it. Unexpectedly, Long Qingxia warned a man so directly for the first time. Haha, brother, may I have your name, please? Even if the dragon's evil killing intention is boiling and tit for tat, the knight is still that handsome smile, and there is no emotion fluctuation in the tone. What's the matter with you today? Cloud Dance tiny see-you eyebrow looking at dragon to poor evil, low voice of inquired Today's dragon is very unusual. Long Qingxia shrugs slightly, and the evil smile at the corner of his mouth is even. Have a new love, forget the old love. Long Qingxia conceals the undercurrent under his eyes, and turns his head to ignore it. Cloud Dance couldn't help wringing her brows. What's going on? It seems that your friend is very hostile to me. Cloud Dance raises eyes, originally want to open mouth. What hostility can I have to you? It's just that I don't like you. Oh, why? What do you say? Dragon Qingxia suddenly pulled strangely at the corner of his mouth, and there was something in the deep of his golden eyes. Knight Yang mouth a smile. You don't worry, gentlemen don't take people's favor. That's the best. I don't know. Now can I know your name? Long Qingxia. Long Qingxia, a good name. You don't have to be a good seller. If you sneak in so late, you'd better tell me what you want. Long Qingxia glanced at him lazily. The knight thin lip frets and pauses again, gazing at the back of the dragon, smiling, not talking. Cloud Dance listened to their conversation. The bottom of my heart can't help a doubt. What's going on? How do they feel about their conversation? It seems that they have known each other in the morning, and they still know each other very well. But it's not like I really know you. The cloud danced in amazement. Suddenly there was a breeze, straight green silk flying around. Yunwu looks back at the back of the dragon. The breeze is mixed with a weak but fierce momentum. It's obvious that he doesn't want to be aware of it. In the middle of the sound, Yunwu's mouth is slightly curved. Ignore the dark waves. Miss Cloud Dance. The night is coming and the stars are all over the sky. I don't know if I would like to enjoy the night together. Night looked up at the night sky, coquettish smile, quietly waiting for the reply of Cloud Dance. Enjoy the moon? Enjoying the moon on the top of this desert? Cloud Dance in the heart laughs, afraid not so simple. She poor want to see what purpose he has. Well, I'd like to see what the moon looks like on the top of the desert. Cloud Dance blinked the beautiful eyes of the soul, but couldn't smile. It's really beautiful. Yunwu girl is one of the most beautiful women I've ever seen. Night suddenly shallow smile. If it's someone else, Cloud Dance will scoff. However, there is no attachment in the words of this night. It feels as if it is completely sincere from the heart. For a moment, it makes people feel that they don't know how to answer. Finally, Yunwu just nodded slightly in response. Brother Long, would you like to join us? Night suddenly, toward Long Qing evil to see one eye, light smile mouth asks away. According to the past, how can Long Qingxie allow Yunwu to be alone with other people's men? But Dragon Qingxie glanced at that night, and there was something strange in his golden eyes. Me? I'm sorry. I'm not interested in the moon little thing. I'll come back as soon as I enjoy it for a month. Otherwise, I'll go and bring you back myself. The last sentence, I don't know whether he said it to Yunwu or that night. As soon as the voice fell, Yunwu felt a wave of energy. The dragon's evil figure had turned into a streamer and disappeared in the night. Night, that handsome face, has been maintaining a smile, very gentle but also very secretive. Then he made a gesture to Yunwu and said with a smile, Yunwu girl, please follow me. It's really strange. Looking at the back of Long Qingxie, Yunwu could not help whispering a few words, but soon recovered. Cloud Dance follows behind the night, but in my heart I think all kinds of things. This man named Night must be unusual. Since she got along with him many times, she didn't feel the slightest energy fluctuation on him. Moreover, even Dragon's evil has become so strange. Who is this man? Don't mind. I don't have any malice. I just feel that Yunwu girl is extraordinary and gorgeous. I can't help but want to make friends with her. If you have any offense, please forgive me. The Knight slows down and walks with Cloud Dance side by side. Yes. That night, young master is really straightforward, but to tell you the truth, so far I know nothing about you. Yunwu girl stirred up the dragon clan a few days ago. I admire her very much. Night young mouth smile, but did not answer the question of Cloud Dance. Cloud Dance see this night intentionally hide, also no longer ask, estimate to ask again also can't ask what. Quietly take gentle steps, no longer speak. Under the night, the top of the desert is like a creeping beast, dotted with starlight, only the desolate moonlight adds a trace of paleness. Yunwu followed the night to the gate of the city. At this time, the gate of the evil city was already closed, and 2 city guards stood guard at the head of the city. You brought me here? The willow leaf eyebrow of Cloud Dance slightly pouts up. The heart of vigilance subconsciously sits in the brain. This is the gate. Is it taking her out of the city? Yunwu girl, don't worry. Follow me. Night is still smiling in response to the way, steady pace, without the slightest pause meaning. Although the top of the desert is desolate and desolate, few people know that the top of the desert at night is the most beautiful moment. Is it? Cloud Dance eyes deep cold flash and pass, but the corner of the mouth is light in smile way, in this case. Then I will accompany Night Child to walk. Suddenly, in front of a scene, but let Cloud Dance mouth corner a sip. I ground flash a touch of undercurrent. Under the guidance of Night, Yunwu passes through the 2 bodyguards, but the bodyguard doesn't move, just like there is no one in front of him. This person is very strong. There was a flash of shock in Yunwu's heart. The strength of the 2 city guards is not low, and a pair of tiger eyes open round sharp, unexpectedly also did not notice the slightest difference. Outside the city, whistling the top of the desert under the night sky is very quiet and terrifying. There are no insects or birds here, but only the whistling sound of wind and sand. Do you often come out at night alone? Cloud Dance turns head to ask away. Once in a while, it's boring in the city. Every day is the same life. I'm tired of it. Are you not afraid of desert animals? Although you are the leader of 10 cities, desert beasts are all in groups. It is said that there are also some advanced and difficult desert beasts to deal with. In fact, with his strange strength, it's estimated that he doesn't pay attention to the desert beast. Desert beast? It's just a bunch of bugs. On the handsome face of the Knight, she suddenly disdained to smile. Bug. It's really a crazy word. However, I do not know why from this night mouth, Cloud Dance always feel a little strange. Night did not continue to say. Turn to look at the side of the cloud. Miss Cloud Dance, are you satisfied with my answer? I'm laughing. Cloud Dance said so, but did not hide the expression, showing a cold smile. Just now, Yunwu just wanted to explore and open up the topic. This night's answer is really unique. Come, I often drink from the top of the desert. Night said. I do not know where he took out 2 bags of wine. Each bag is only the size of a palm, and the mouth of the pot is a circle of exquisite wood blocks, which are sealed. Yunwu can still smell the faint fragrance. Wine. The smell is fragrant, rich and mellow. Cloud Dance mouth slightly hook, stretch out white tender palm, and politely took the wine bag. Pull out the cork to drink a small mouthful, willow eyebrow slightly a pick. The wine is strong in the mouth, gradually turns into sweet wine, flows into the abdomen along the throat, turns into warm current, and makes the Cloud Dance refreshing for a while. Good wine. After drinking the wine, the cloud dancing vermilion appears more ruddy, especially in the moonlight. This wine is made from the magic crystal of desert beast plus the essence of magic grass, combined with other precious substances. He took a look at the cloud dancing beside him, and took a big mouthful of wine in the night. On the top of the desert, you are the second person to drink this wine. Me. Cloud Dance eyebrows pick. I thought to myself that this wine is not only mellow, but also has a strong effect on the meridians and bones. It seems that the people who can refine this wine must not be idle people. Who on earth is he? Cloud Dance can't help leaning slightly over his head, gazing at the man around him, suddenly a little curious about his origin. I know you've always been wary of me. You're curious about me, aren't you? The night suddenly turns its head to meet the sight of Yunwu. Cloud Dance along, but the corner of the mouth pull, also don't avoid mouth. Yes, who are you? I don't know who I am, Sean? Or evil? Night bitter smile, looked up and poured a mouthful of liquor. The latter. Yunwu took a sip. Oh. Why are you so sure? Cloud Dance obviously felt the figure of the night slightly pause, the corner of the mouth radiant deepened a few minutes, but there was no smile at the bottom of the eye. At this time, Yunwu turned slightly, opposite to the 4 eyes of night. People with a good heart have a clear conscience and don't need to hide. Only those with a bad heart who are afraid of being seen through need to put on disguise. Ha ha. The knight suddenly laughs, the kind of open-minded laughter. Then he suddenly stepped forward, leaving a face of startled Cloud Dance. What are you laughing at? Cloud Dance chased up, just about to question clearly. The knight suddenly grabs Yunwu's slender arm. Cloud Dance eyebrow instantly a wrinkly, almost subconsciously very repulsive. In addition to Dragon Qing evil outside the man touch himself. With a flick of his hand, he waved away the knight's hand, and his momentum rose sharply. Don't move your feet. Shoo. The knight suddenly stops abruptly, makes a quiet gesture, raises the ear to listen to what? Cloud Dance mouth sun cold light flashed, also found that there seems to be something wrong. The action in the hand also followed a pause. Rustling on the top of the silent and terrible desert. There are faint sounds behind the sand dunes around, but they are especially loud in this dead and quiet sand dune. It's like the sound of sand blowing. But the hidden breath in the air can be as soon as Cloud Dance's eyes were cold. He almost subconsciously turned his hand, and the ancient martial arts sword appeared out of thin air in his hand. But that night, the corner of mouth actually suddenly slightly raises. It's a desert beast. That you're tuning in to the Li Mei's Wuxia Whispers YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.